Hi, everybody. This is Gene Mortensen, and welcome to Los Alamos High School Football 2021. And with me is the head coach of the Hilltoppers, Garrett Williams. And so, Garrett, how you doing today? And are you ready for this crazy season?
Gene, we are just excited to be back, man. I'm excited to be here, be excited to talking with you again, and just getting back on the field, man. So regardless of how it goes, man, we're excited to be here.
Well, it's got to be. I mean, everything has been so crazy. I mean, you guys did at least finish the 2019 season, just barely. And then, of course, around in March, that's when all hell broke loose. And I was down in Albuquerque. I was doing the state tournament, PA for the state tournament. I did 2 days, and then they told me my services wouldn't be needed anymore because they weren't going to have any fans. And then, of course, after that, everything just kind of deteriorated. But you guys were supposed to have a season last year, and so, because everything started up, and then all of a sudden, it was like, okay, we're going to start the sports season on this particular day. No, we're not. And in fact, we finally heard that it was in October, and we were supposed to have on a Saturday, I think the first Saturday in October, they were going to start, and you guys already had a schedule. Everybody had a schedule. And we were all ready to go. We're going to go down to Berlin, do a volleyball game. And I called the Berlin AD, and he was very excited. And then on Thursday afternoon, I got the word that the governor says no more sports. And so now we get delayed back until spring. And then you guys, I mean, what was that like? I mean, you guys didn't have much time to get ready, did you?
About 2 weeks. I'll tell you what, that was one of the most frustrating things I think we've been through. Just having to go back and forth, and they put it off until October, or into September. Then it was October, and then we had different times of the year where we could work in groups of 4. Only each coach could work with 4 kids at a time, which makes it a little difficult to install an offense and defense. And just the back and forth. You can work out for these 3 weeks, but now we're going to be off for a month, and then you can work out for these 2 weeks, and then you can be off for a month. And we finally got the word, possibly in the spring, and we were still on and off with the pods, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, you start in 2 weeks, go. And we started even the first week still in pods. And so, going into that spring season, we actually had about 4 days as a complete team to work out before we played that first game. It was crazy. We were trying to do anything we could just to give our kids an opportunity to participate in something. I think it was, obviously in football, I think that's kind of a dangerous way to go about it. Just because you can't prepare physically to play, a contact way to start, especially a football, when that's the first sport they're going to let you play. But, we were just trying to do anything we could to get kids something to do. And so, it was a little crazy. We were just kind of approaching it as at least our kids are getting out of the house and getting to be together and getting to do something. But man, that was about the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like I said, when you're shorthanded and unprepared, we ended up with a bunch of kids, injured pretty quickly, which didn't make it any better. But man, it was good just to be back with them. It was good just to be back on the field. And now actually, having a couple months in the spring at the end to prepare, and a summer where we could actually do summer workouts, and a full 3 weeks of fall camp, man, it's nice to even be back a little bit back to normal and practicing, man. It's good. There's still stuff that we're worried about, still things here and there that people are dealing with around the state, but man, it's just good to be back.
Did you guys have any crossover players? Because we were doing things like broadcast. Well, you were doing football. we do football on Friday night, and on Saturday we would do like maybe a volleyball game and then or a basketball game. I mean, everything was all jumbled together, and we had kids who were playing both soccer and basketball. So they were actually participating in two sports. They played basketball one night, soccer the next day. And did you have any crossovers like that?
Just a couple. You know, we had some of our young kids that were playing basketball as well. We rolled into, you know, our last week of the season, kind of rolled into wrestling and basketball. We had a few kids that were doing wrestling and basketball, you know, but we got to the point on that optional week where, you know, it was rolling over. You know, we had a lot of kids hurt. So, you know, that's why we opted out of that last week, because there was just so much rollover, so much, you know, crossover with those other sports. And, you know, we were just like, man, we got us a couple games. Let these kids get, you know, what they can, you know, of everything that they want to do. And, you know, just make it safe for everybody too, because I think that was, you know, kids coming off the couch right into sports. That was kind of a dangerous way to go about it.
Yeah, Carson Dixon was one of your crossovers, and he was. We always got a kick out of Carson on the basketball field. You could call it the basketball field because that's kind of the way he played. I mean, nobody got by him, that was for sure. But so anyway, you tried to switch into spring, and then you're trying to go in to play a regular season. So supposedly it was going to be a 4-game season, and you had 3 games scheduled and 1 optional, and you talked about opting out of that. And then you guys, when you finally did start the season, and I guess you were trying to install the new offense that you're considering now, and of course then you lose right off the bat. You lose your quarterback. So Jacob Green broke his leg.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it was just one of those deals. You know, we decided in the spring before, right before we went on break due to COVID, that we were gonna make a change in offense. We had a lot of kids, a lot of skilled kids that we thought were gonna be, you know, that it was gonna be worth making that change. And so we still, you know, we had about 2 weeks that we started, you know, installing this thing and started looking at it, and we're like, okay, we're gonna make this wholesale change. We're gonna take advantage of personnel that we have, and then we go on break. We got here and there a little bit, you know, we had about 3 weeks of pod practices during the summer. We had a couple more during September, October. About 2 more right after Christmas, and you know, we get in there all of a sudden like, hey, 2 weeks and you're gone. Well, I think the day we got that word, you know, we also got the word, you know, Jake Green, kids was going to be our quarterback, broke his leg in an ATV accident. You know, we had, I think, 5 kids move during the fall because of the shutdown and parents taking you know, jobs elsewhere. And then, you know, we get about a game and a half into that season. You know, we brought up our sophomore, Lou Gonzalez, who did a great job the first game, kind of adapting and moving into that spot. And then, you know, we lose him after a game, you know, a game and a half. So, you know, we get into that 3rd game and we're down to, you know, 3rd, 4th quarterback. And you know, and trying to run, and we're already shorthanded because we had so many kids opt out. But, you know, it's just you know, we kind of looked at it as, you know, I just told our kids, hey, this is kind of like spring ball in college. You know, I know we had 4 days going into that first game to actually work as a team. Didn't have a lot of time to install things. So we're pretty limited personnel wise as it was. And so I was like, hey, we get to play. We can control what we can control, which is, hey, we get to be here together. And, you know, we're going to look at this as, hey, we're going to get reps. We're probably only going to get 3 or 4 games. So let's get as many reps at this new stuff as we can. we knew where we were, and what we were going to see, but it was just an opportunity for us to get some looks, and those young kids to get some looks. We got some kids that, like I said, some sophomores that were coming up. They were pretty good athletes, and we're going to get some looks as well. So, we just looked at it as this is kind of an opportunity to get work at our new offense and defense, and get ready for the summer and the fall.
Well, talking about your new offense, of course, an article came out in New Mexican, I guess it was last week, "Pumped for Pass," of course, the headline. So anyway, and of course the whole article was kind of geared toward that we're kind of not giving up the run game, but we're going to go more to a passing game. And in fact, they were talking about 20 years of Bob Scott and then 11 years of Garrett Williams with Smash Mouth football.
Well, you know what? Like I said, part of coaching is making sure you're taking care of your personnel and making sure you're using the personnel that you have. That we're in a situation, have been in a situation the last several years where, we're playing up in a pretty tough division. We're now in a pretty tough. We've been in a pretty tough district. We're now in a really tough district, and we keep getting into that position where we're just like almost right there. We're almost 5-5 and 6-4, and we're just kind of almost right there. And so we got to this point, and we kind of hit that break, and it was just like, when you come back, hey, now's a good time I think, we got to do something to make a change. We got to do something to take advantage of our personnel. So we thought this was a good time. We knew it would take some work. We knew, it might be rough going into that spring season. But at the same time, I got, several quarterbacks, older guys now. Jake Green is back. He's one of the toughest football players we've had in a while. He's a good athlete. He's a good runner. Kid is slippery with the ball in his hands. I got Luke Gonzalez, who last year, he's a tough runner. But at the same time, I got running backs like, Teak Nieto, who's coming in about 215, and we can put kids like Jerry Hartzell in the running back, who's probably one of the fastest kids on the field, that we can still run the ball. Do we want to spread out? We're trying to spread things out now. We're going to go to a spread offense. We're trying to take advantage of using the whole field and getting those good guys in space. Kid, like I said, Jerry Hartzell, Caden Thornton, Luke and Jake Green. You want to get those kind of athletes into space. I think what we're doing now I got enough of those guys. I can get those guys out in space. So, we're by no means, grew up wing T and triple option. So, by no means am I abandoning a run game. It may look a little different, but there's still going to be, some spread option stuff in the run game. But then at the same time, we got some big, tall receivers. I got some, kids that can do some damage out in space. So yeah, we're trying to open it up a little bit. And if you look at teams and you look at games when guys win, there's a couple things that you always look at. Most teams that win, they win the turnover battle, and they win explosive plays. Whether they're stopping those explosive plays or getting those. The teams that win those explosive plays and those big pass, big run plays over 20 yards, those are the teams that win. And you can look at it almost across the board. So, I thought, hey, now's the time to kind of open it up, give our kids a chance to, have an offense that may have a chance to with a little bit more explosive play capability. Got some coaches that, we've had Coach Val Gunn, and he was kind of the one instrumental. He came back and was with us last spring and all summer to kind of get this stuff installed. And so, I think we got kids that can do this. They looked pretty good this last weekend in our scrimmage. Still have some things that we got to take care of to be consistent with it. But man, I think we got the kids that can do it.
Yeah, the situation, of course, you've been in this COVID thing, and of course it's been very, very, kind of restricted you to whatever you could do. But you just been more open. Of course, now this season, whether you're getting started, I don't think you've been having to do the pods and all that. But you're going to go up against Espanola tonight, and Espanola, they're in their article in New Mexican, they really pumped it up that they were ready to go. They were excited. They said the coach Santiago Archuleta, he was talking about all the kids that were coming out. He said, we got 52 kids. Well, I there's no doubt that he does, but he only has 32 on the roster with a number. So, and I think that's the same thing that you guys have. I think you have 32 on the roster.
Oh yeah, on our varsity roster.
Yeah, on the varsity roster, and just to digress a little bit, you have a young lady who's you have two young ladies, right? Yeah, and so they're just primarily kickers, I guess.
Well, no, our we have Sally Hopkins, who's our varsity kicker. She's a senior. Has been with us the last 2 years. Came in last spring. Is doing a great job. And have a freshman. Have also another freshman, Jade Blackheart, who's playing some outside linebacker and running back for us.
Is that right?
Yeah. So she's a tough girl, man. She does a great job, great technique, and she's not scared to get right in there with the guys and go. So man, we're excited to always have those guys out. They do a great job every day.
So what do you expect tonight against Espanola?
Well, we saw them one time late in the summer this summer at a 7-on-7 in Taos, and pretty much what they showed was straight spread, a lot of empty. I don't have any doubt they have some doubles and triples, gun running back sets. They're going to have to if they're running spread. All they showed this summer was a lot of empty sets, motion and kind of jet motion across the formation from their slot receivers. They got one or two tall athletic receivers. They got some athletic kids. I don't know how much depth they have. I'm not sure really what their front line looks like because we didn't get to see those guys. But those guys are always going to have, several athletes that can do some things. Us going into this, our deal right now is especially putting in with this new offense, our second season on this, full season on this defense is, we got to make sure and take care of us. We've worked really hard the last 3 weeks during camp of, making sure we're taking care of the little things that make spread offenses work. Pre-reads, defensive reads with the quarterbacks, pre-snap, post-snap reads, really taking care of things up front, adjusting offensively to what the defenses give you, and making sure our kids on the field understand, where they're running routes, how they're running routes, how to adjust them in this offense. So it's a big change from, triple option. It's a big change for me, so we spent a lot of time on those little things, just taking care of us. So regardless of kind of what they show, we've kind of built this thing, try to take advantage. Once again, you always do that in offense, take advantage of what they're going to give you on defense. Our defense, we're going to work our core defense. We know they're spread. Don't know if they'll come out in anything else. If they do, we always have that built in. But we're going to work on our core offense and our core defense tonight. We're not making a bunch of adjustments. Hadn't really changed anything for the last couple of weeks. Just we're trying to perfect what we're doing on this new stuff.
You're talking about wide receivers, and got a big wide receiver, Ollie Fell, who played basketball and drove us crazy in the basketball season. And he's like about I think he's 6'6", weighs about 190, 200 pounds, and a very, very good athlete. And they're listing him as their wide receiver. So I imagine that he could be a force. And of course, on the other side, the counterpart that's interesting is that you guys have Mark Cleland, who, Mark is.
Mark's playing basketball.
Oh, okay. I thought they said, of course, a New Mexican. It was you had him 6'7". Of course, I don't know what he is now, but he grew the entire season last year. But anyway, so we don't have Mark Cleland, but he was going to be in the line as they were talking about. But anyway, so it's a situation tonight. I don't imagine, because of the way everything has gone. I imagine most teams going into the first game of the season is they don't know very much about the team they're playing.
Yeah, not right now. We hadn't seen any film on them yet. Like I said, we know what we saw from our 7-on-7 scrimmages with them this summer. At the end of the summer, Ollie's a big kid. Obviously they want to just put the ball up and get it to him as much as they can. So a lot of our stuff, is going to be taking care of him. You take him out of the equation. I think they're, who knows what else they got. They do always have, like I said, they always got a few good athletes, and they make a point of using those guys. Well,
they would love to beat us, and they had that 2015 season where they were going to go undefeated. They went 9-1, won the district, and ironically, we were the only team that beat them.
Absolutely.
And they were favored to beat us, but we beat them handily. And then, of course, a couple of years after that, we had games that we had to just, I don't know how in the world we did it, but we just had to pull them out of the hat to win a couple of the games that they had under control. And of course, one of the problems with Espanola at that point was they were in a really good position, but then they started playing not to lose, and weren't aggressive anymore. So,
well, this is, I've been 11 years, and so
number 12 coming up.
I had number 12 coming up, and I haven't lost to him yet. I don't want to start, so we've been working hard to make sure we just, like I said, take care of us. I think if we take care of us, we're going to be all right. Man, our kids are excited. They've been playing hard on offense. They've been playing hard on defense, and we've got a great group of kids this year. Obviously they're excited to be back on the field. Got a lot of kids back, so it's a lot different situation than we were in during the spring, and they know it, and so they're excited. They're excited about it. They're excited to be back, and have worked hard the last, this summer and this spring to kind of just to get that opportunity again to have a normal season. Yeah, there's still funny things going on and a lot of mask wearing, but out on the field we kind of get to turn all that stuff loose and not worry about it, and just control what we can control. When we step on the field, that's what we're trying to do. So, man, it's nice to finally be able to do that. It's going to be nice to see everybody in the stands again and have that normal plan of Monday pregame and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, big practices, and do a little pregame on Thursday, and have that dudes wearing their jerseys in the hall on Friday. Man, that stuff's nice, and it's good to just kind of have that opportunity. So as long as we get it, we're gonna take advantage of it.
Oh yeah, fall and football. I mean, two great things that happen at once. And
that's right.
So they
cheerleaders on the sideline.
Oh yeah, the whole kit. Band playing during the game and playing fight song, and man, like this is just
we're ready for it.
Yeah, you need all that stuff, and it's all part of it.
It
It's
is.
always has been part
All
of
of
it.
it.
So, well, this is Gene Morrison. Been talking with head coach Garrett Williams, and tonight it's going to be the Hilltoppers against the Espanola Valley Sun Devils. This should be an interesting contest. It's always an interesting contest whenever we play Espanola, and especially down here at Espanola. So we'll see how things go, and good luck tonight, Garrett. And thanks for coming over and chatting with us and giving us some of your insight.
Well, Gene, I'm pumped that we finally get to do this again. I'm excited, y'all found a way to get this done. We're gonna miss, radio and KRSN, those guys doing this. But man, we're pumped that you guys still found a way to get it done, and we appreciate that. We just want you to know that.
Yeah, well, thank you. And yeah, we were in the same boat as you were just alluded to, that we had no idea what we were going to do either. And so John McHale and Nate Limback got together and came up with this really, really good idea to do it over the Daily Post YouTube channel. So, and that's what we'll be doing. So, well, okay, Garrett. Well, thanks a lot, and good luck tonight. And well, we'll be pulling for you, of course.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Commander Oliver Morris with the Los Alamos Police Department. It's an exciting time to live in Los Alamos. With the increase in hiring at the lab, we've seen more motorists and visitors come to Los Alamos. But with that, we've also seen an increase in traffic. And with traffic, we also get calls of distracted driving, speeding, and sometimes aggressive driving. Please join me in reducing these calls. Our officers are going to be out in force looking for these types of driving behavior. If you see something, please call us at our non-emergency line or our emergency line. We appreciate your partnership in helping keep our community safe, and thank you.
Hi, everybody, and it's that time of year again. But not really. I don't usually match up the middle of August with the start of fall football, but that's what's happened here tonight at Espanola High School, and the Hilltoppers, Los Alamos High School Hilltoppers, have traveled down to Espanola for the first game of the season, and of course, been a crazy couple of years because of the COVID, but right now we're going to try to have a full season. Los Alamos only had 3 games last year. This is Gene Martinson along with Mike Mays. I can do this, Mike. Along with Mike Mays. Anyway, Mike is joining me tonight for this contest. This essentially new field here at Espanola. We came down here a couple of years ago, and that was a brand new field. I think we might have been the first game. But the problem, Mike, is that they put the press booth on the east end of the stadium. So until the sun goes down or sets, we're going to be fighting the sun, I guarantee you. But anyway, so Mike, give me your thoughts on this ball game here tonight.
Well, Gene, gonna be very, very interesting. Have had a little bit of mixed messages as to what the Toppers want to do at the start of this season, especially coming off a really rough 2020 spring, 2021 March, whatever that was. But Toppers are trying to do a lot of different things in that one, figuring, if they're going to experiment, that was the time to do it, and that's exactly what they did. Unfortunately, those 3 games just did not go the Toppers' way, but the Toppers coming in this year, by all accounts, very, very hungry, really want to get at it, as do the Espanola Valley Sun Devils. And interestingly, Gene, as we were reading about in the Santa Fe, New Mexican, and just looking at the field right now, this is probably the biggest turnout, I think, for Espanola Valley football I think we've seen maybe ever. I don't remember them with 50 guys out, which is supposedly what they have. And just looking down there, it looks pretty close. So, a lot of things going on here down in the valley, a lot of things going on for Los Alamos as well. Garrett Williams, of course, is back for his 12th season, Gene. And they're going to try a few different things. Going to employ a little bit more spread offense this year. So very, very interesting. Very interesting to see what the Toppers are going to try to do to run out of the spread formation.
Yeah, and right now they did not do the coin toss yet, so they're going to do that right now. But yeah,
I thought I had missed it. So.
yes, I know. So anyway, and they're in the process of doing that right now. And so Garrett Williams, of course, the New Mexican article, the headline on the New Mexican article was "Pumped to Pass." And when I brought that up to Garrett during the interview, he didn't exactly jump up and down when I said that, but he said, yeah, they're going to try to open it up. They're not going to go away from the run game, but they are going to go to a spread offense. When he first took over as a head coach 11 years ago, now it's 12 years ago. Anyway, he started off with a pistol, and he ran a pistol for a number of years, and then he decided to go to what they call the flex bone, which is a read option offense, very, very difficult to perform, especially for high school. And it's a triple option offense, but it's really tough to run, and you have to make split second decisions on what option you're going to use. Anyway, but now he decided to go to the spread offense, and so he said he's going to try to open it up and get some, as he said in the interview, he wants his receivers to get out there and create some spaces. And the quarterback, of course, for Los Alamos is coming in here tonight is Jacob Green. He's a 5'9", 150-pound senior, but he didn't play last year. He didn't play in the last 3-game season because he broke his leg in I guess it was one kind of what do you call it? Three-wheel vehicle accident. ATVs,
ATV, I guess.
Yeah. So, but he's supposed to be fully healed up. And so he will start at quarterback, and Garrett says he's got pretty good arms. So let's see what happened here. Did you see what happened?
Yes, I did. So with the late coin toss, so the Sun Devils won the coin toss, and they have elected to receive. So they will head, I guess that way would be north. So they will be heading toward the north end zone, and the Toppers will defend the north end zone and head to the south end zone. And I can tell because the sun is setting directly in our face right now, so that is the west.
I was going to say the sun gives you a little bit of a clue.
It does give you a little bit of a clue
as to where the west is, and
almost always sits in the west, Gene. Almost always.
So Toppers will defend the north goal, and they'll head toward the south goal as the Toppers come out onto the field. And I was supposed to get a list of starters, but anyway, nobody ever sent me one, so everything's par for the course right now. And Los Alamos is going to kick off, and they're going to kick off on the right hash mark. And so now, setting it down, I think, a young lady is going to be our kicker now for Los Alamos. And she steps back, and she's about ready to go. And
that is Sally Hopkins.
Yes, Sally Hopkins. Yes. So she's going to kick off for Los Alamos. She's a senior, and it's going to come down a little short about the 25-yard line. Picked up there, and ball and picked up there at the 25-yard line, and then trying to make a move and to go with the ball that time. And that was Casey Aragonis. He's a senior, but he caught it. He caught it on the bounce, started to run, and then I thought it looked like he was going to lateral it to one of Los Alamos players, except it would have been a forward lateral to Los Alamos. But it just popped out of his hands, and then he popped back in his hands, and it popped out again, and then rolled out of bounds. So the ball right now out of bounds at the, let's see, that is the 20.
Let's see, about the 27-yard line.
And the sticks are on the other side of the field, unfortunately. Okay, so
first down from the 27 for the Sun Devils, coming out of the shotgun to start the game.
Yeah, I got a shotgun, and boy, loaded shotgun, I must say, too. Handoff is going to go straight up the middle, and the ball carrier is going to go absolutely nowhere, and I mean nowhere, as that ball carrier this time was Damian Martinez. I'm sorry, the ball carrier, that was Luis Cuevas, and Damian Martinez on the tackle for Los Alamos. So anyway, it's an interesting formation, Mike. They get going to shotgun, but they line up with the quarterback straight back, and so now they're going to come out in a different formation. Now they're going to come out in the standard spread. They put a receiver way out to the left, and they're set up. They have three men back on that shotgun in motion, and that goes. Ollie fell, and he is one of their receivers. They're going to air it out to try to get it to Ollie, and that was the plan. Ollie was set up as a split end over on the right side, and then he rolled it in motion, went to the left, and then headed downfield. He was wide open, and the pass was short. But Ollie Fell is, we're very familiar with Ollie Fell, as he plays basketball here at Espanola, and he drove us crazy during the basketball season last year. So they want to get it to Ollie. He's a big kid. He's 6'6", weighs about 190, about 200 pounds. But we're taking a long time here.
Well, they're going to ask Fell to leave the field. I'm not sure why.
He must have tried to sneak in a bottle of Pepsi or something.
Yeah, he may have. He may have. No outside food or drink.
Mike was going to bring us a Pepsi, and they took it away from him.
Yeah, no can do today.
Okay, the handoff's going to go around to the left, and the ball is handed off to Jack Purdy. And Purdy trying to turn the corner, cannot turn the corner. And he's put down probably around the 30-yard line. This will bring up fourth down for Espanola, where they're going to spot that ball down.
Looks like right around the 28, so only about a yard gain.
Yes.
So 4th and 9 coming up for the Sun Devils, and in trots the punting unit. I'm pretty sure there's like 6 guys on the field right now. I hope that's not the entire punting unit.
Okay,
that is not ideal punt protection.
Yeah, really, and the punter isn't that far back either.
No, he's not the full 15 yards. It doesn't look like.
No, he's pretty close. Anybody from Los Alamos who can break through. I mean, the punter is. Let's see.
Now the Sun Devils wisely going to call a timeout.
Yeah, I guess so.
They have 2, 4, 6. They have 7 or 8 guys out on the field, so obviously there's some miscommunication there.
Yeah, they have to take a timeout, so that's the first of 3. It's Espanola is taking. The punter that was back, it was David Sandoval. He's a junior. We don't have any heights or weights on these players. We do on Los Alamos, but not for Espanolas. But so they take a timeout, Mike, and right now we have 10:05 remaining here in this first quarter. 0-0, of course, and the ball's at the 28-yard line.
Happening over there. Ollie Fell has actually left the field.
Whoa.
He is heading back to the locker room. No idea what happened. Didn't look like anything happened to him. He was on the field for the first couple of plays of this Espanola drive, and looked like he was asked by one of the officials to leave the field. I have no idea why. Now he is heading toward the locker room. I don't know if there's an equipment issue or what happened.
That's
but
the last time he'll try to sneak a Pepsi in here.
That's right.
I guarantee you. David Sandoval is back in punt formation for the Sun Devils. And nice snap, takes it, and it almost blocked, and I think somebody got a hand on it.
I think somebody did. It looked like it came out kind of a knuckleball, and that's going to sail out of bounds.
And deep in Espanola territory.
I'm going to mark that, looks like around the 34-yard line.
Yeah, so the punter he just wasn't that deep. And, it was, and they had plenty. Los Alamos, they just brought the house. And I'm not sure who got a hand on it, but everybody, practically the entire front line for Los Alamos was up there trying to get a hand on the ball. So he really never had a chance. So see.
So the 33-yard line of the Sun Devils is where the Toppers are going to start things off. First drive of the 2021 season.
Yeah, working out of the Fred, and here we go. And the Hilltoppers are going to get a snap straight back. And this one's going to go back to Jacob Green. So they just set up a spread. Jake and he had a blocking back there, but unfortunately the blocking back didn't block. So did you see who brought him down?
No, I did not. But unfortunately, Green gets submarined at the 35-yard line. Yeah. Loss of 2.
Talk about a WWE takedown. My golly. So Hilltoppers now going to run it again, and this time Jacob Green is going to run it around the end. He's going to get down to about the 30-yard line. He's going to pick up about 4 yards. So in the New Mexican article, they were saying that the smash mouth football of Bob Scott and Garrett Williams that has gone on for 31 years is now over. But so far, we haven't seen any evidence of that yet. But we'll see if Los Alamos is going to air it out.
They're easing into the transition, Gene.
Apparently.
Oh wait.
I think somebody dumped the center.
Yes, they certainly did. And that's going to the nose tackle for the Sun Devils just ran over the center. I believe the center is Matthew McNeil, and the ball went flying out. He did not move the ball. The ball got moved for him. So
yeah, it's going to be not a first down. It's going to be
they're down about 1. Is Green with a keeper again, going to go around the right side and dive to about the 19-yard line, and he's going to pick up the first.
Yeah, and so let's see. So that's going to bring up now. Okay, they didn't give Los Alamos a first down. The clock said they did, but they didn't. Now they give Los Alamos a first down. So Los Alamos now first down and 10. The ball's at the 19-yard line. So the Hilltoppers once again line up. Jacob Green back as the quarterback here out of this spread offense. Now he's going to air it out. And a little short pass just as he got it up to Jeremy Hartzell. And Hartzell was hit almost immediately, but he does pick up, about 2 yards? He's up to about the 17, so it's going to be second down for Los Alamos, second and about 8 from the 17-yard line. If I'm reading this right, maybe I'm. And
swing pass out to the left side. It's going to be caught by Luke Gonzalez. Has a little bit of running room, and he's going to take it all the way down close to the 10-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot it right around the. They're going to spot it at the 9, and they're going to give him a first down.
First and goal. So it'll be first and goal for Los Alamos from the Espanola 9-yard line. Jacob Green all by himself back there. Naked backfield right now, except for Naked Green. Pass over the middle, and that's going to be caught for the touchdown. Boy, and he fired that one to Jeremiah Hartzell. And Hartzell coming up from the right side, and then he got cut up to the end. He was set up on the right side, headed toward the goal line, and then just immediately just ran straight down the goal line to his left, and that was all it took. And a beautiful pass that time from Jacob Green. 9-yard pass for the touchdown, and the Hilltoppers go up 6-0 here in this. And now the Hilltoppers are going to attempt. So here's Sally Hopkins now is going to attempt the point after, maybe. Okay. So Sally's ready, but I'm not sure anybody else is. Sally boots it up. Nice kick. Wow.
Nice kick. It is good. There is a flag down, however, and I that might have been motion. We'll see what the.
Well, they're going to push Sally back 5 yards.
So.
Flag against Los Alamos.
Yeah,
What are they calling? Offsides? Encroachment?
There looked like there was some movement up front.
So they must be. Okay, they must be calling it a. Oh.
So.
Boy, what's that? That's too.
That's charging.
That's too many men on. That signal is 12 men on the field.
Too many men on the field. Oh. That was unfortunate. Toppers must have had 12 on the field, and that's the. So gonna line it up and do it again. That's actually a 10-yard penalty, Gene.
Yeah.
So. Hopkins' first kick, pretty nice.
Nice kick.
This one a little trickier.
Now she's going to kick an NFL extra point right now. She's going to kick it from the 24-yard line. So it's a 34-yard kick for Sally. So let's see how Sally can handle this one. We got motion again.
Yeah, this is going to be offsides.
I think it's going to be an encroachment on Espanola, I do believe. Yes, it is. So that'll move it up. So Sally now gets a 5 yards moved up. So
we're going to split the difference here and see.
No, I don't know. I hope she's not getting all stressed out there. So anyway, she's about ready to go again. So now they move it up to the 19-yard line. So now it's going to be a 24-yard kick. High snap. There's the kick. Is it going to make it? Whoa.
No.
Did not make it.
It is.
I think it was short, wasn't it? Or did it hit the pole?
Well, just it didn't miss by much, but that was a little off target. 5 yards closer, and she was right on the money.
Well, the problem was that the snap was high. It was a very, very high snap, and the holder had a heck of a time grabbing it and getting it down. And I'm sure Sally was already in her motion. So anyway, it ends up at 6-0 here in. So. Anyway, Mike, so the Hilltoppers get on the board first, and
yep. So 6-0 ball game. 7:18 remaining here in the opening quarter at Espanola Valley, and beautiful night for football. The Sun Devils going to get the ball for the second time, and the good news for the Sun Devils, Ollie Fell back in the ball game. He is one of the two deep receivers for the Sun Devils. Hopkins has the ball teed up. She is ready to kick it away. And short kick going to Fell. Fell lets it bounce around the 20, grabs it. Yeah, now he reverses his field all the way around. He's going the wrong way.
Yeah, he really is, but he's still on his feet around the left side, and he's still going. And boy, he caught it about the 25, went all the way back to the 5, and then he returned it up to about the 30, I think.
Yeah, all the way to the other side of the field. He was on the short side of the field, came back, ran it all the way to the topper side of the field, but did manage. Well, I thought he managed to turn the corner. Now they're going to say he stepped out of bounds right around, looks like the 17.
Yeah, 17-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Sun Devils on their own 17th. 6-0 ball game right now. It's 7:09 remaining in the first quarter. Hilltoppers scoring right at almost at the 7-minute mark. So
in the shotgun, inside handoff, and that's going to go down the left side to Jack Purdy, and Purdy got a couple of blocks in front of him, Gene, and he looks like he's out to close to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that was a nice pickup and a nice gain. So they lined up in that shotgun offense, and as Mike said, an inside handoff, and it goes to Jack Purdy. He's just a sophomore, and around the left end.
I mean, he is a small guy too. We do not have his weight, but he is not a big guy.
No, he certainly is not.
But we've seen some small running backs over the years, and a couple of them have done a number on us, unfortunately.
Yeah, like the fullback from Capital. So, anyway, here we go again. Now this time they're going to a loaded shotgun again. They have four players back. They're going to hand it off. It's going to look, and they just end up with a sweep. So that was just a good old Notre Dame end sweep around the right side. They just handed it to him, and three of them took off. Two blockers in front. Unfortunately, the runner was ahead of the blockers, and so the ball carrier was Adric De Leon. But unfortunately, he outran his blockers. So,
but he does get enough for the first down. But yeah, had he waited another half second, let his blocking set up, he might have gotten a little bit more out of that.
So they have four players back in the shotgun. So they line them up. They have three, look like a T formation, and then I guess, what do you call this? A power spread? I guess so. There's a pass up. Trying to get it to Holly Fell again, and he was open. The pass was behind him.
Yeah, Fell on the right side running a slant route. He had all kinds of room, but just could not connect. Ball well behind him. I don't even think he was able to reach back and get a finger on it, but they've targeted him twice so far, and he's been open both times.
Yes, he has, and so he just ran, like Mike said, a simple slant. So this time they're going to try the sweep with three blockers, and coming down the right side, nice gain that time by the quarterback. Adam Garcia was actually the ball carrier, and Adam Garcia, nice move all the way up. Boy, they come out this time. The last time they tried that sweep, they tried it with the two blockers and the runner. This time they decided just to bring the house, put four people back there in the spread, and as they broke out, they put the three in front of the block. That's interference. So just a good old-fashioned end around. And so around that right end, but they do pick up the first down. So a nice gain. And this time they're going to hand it off right up the middle, and boy, big gain. Wow, up to the 45-yard line of Los Alamos. Luis Cuevas was the ball carrier for Los Alamos, and back there for the Hilltoppers. I mean, the last man there that could have possibly got him, and he did, and that was Jackson Blair. But I mean, he just steamrolled Jackson. I mean, he didn't even try to cut. He didn't try to cut. He didn't try to do anything. He just decided if you can stop me, stop me.
That run was straight as an arrow, Gene, and nobody wanted any part of that.
Yeah, they're trying to come around the right side this time. Nothing doing, and to Adric De Leon, and he is tackled there by Teak Nieto. I guess it's Teak. We were calling him Tiki before, but
really,
I don't know. Teak, I don't know. I like Tiki better.
I like it way better.
Yeah, we'll call him Tiki.
Yeah, that's his name now. So solves that problem.
He has to change his birth certificate, but anyway.
So Nieto blew that one up. Got free in the backfield for a 5-yard loss.
Yes, he did. And so here, although they start with the run, we might have a flag for interference, and and I think the young man is calling for it, and I think he was right. And he's still calling for it. That's all he fell. Down the right sideline.
It actually did look like he got bumped right around the 35-yard line. Unfortunately, the pass, that might have been an uncatchable ball. That was not a particularly good pass.
It was definitely uncatchable, that's for sure. But they started to run. They set up and looked like they were going to run that sweep again. And then they pulled up and the pass down to Ollie fell. And so right now we're at should be third down. And so, whoa. I mean, just Luis Cuevas gets the handoff. And as soon as, immediately as he hits the ball, he is hit and he is dropped by Joran Quintana. Is that Joran? Joran Quintana. So
yeah, Quintana knifing in straight up the middle and met Cuevas, and we've seen Cuevas blow up a couple of people so far, but he just got nailed there by Quintana. Nice tackle.
So back to kick once again. We're going to have a false start.
I think it was a double clutch by the long snapper, Gene. That's what it looked like. Well,
is that what you used to do?
I was not a long snapper.
Oh, you weren't?
No.
Oh, my heavens. 5-yard penalty. This is going to be false start.
Long snapper and center are two totally different things, Gene.
Yeah, I can
totally different.
I can see why. So back is Sandoval to kick. High snap. He is going to get this one away. Short kick. And this is going to come down around the 30-yard line, keep bouncing, and go out of bounds around the 27, 28-yard line of the Hilltoppers. So we right now have 4:14 remaining here in this first period. And the Hilltoppers leading 6-0. And so this will be the second series for Los Alamos. And on that last series, Mike, they had that nice, beautiful gain up to the 45-yard line. They ran 3 plays and ended up losing 6 yards. So when it came time for the kick, and Sandoval out there to get the kick, David Sandoval, and it was anyway. But he was kicking away at 4th and 16.
Yeah, and Los Sandoval looked like they had a little bit of offensive momentum going and just stalled right there around midfield.
So Jeremiah Trujillo, he fakes a handoff and keeping it right up the middle. Wow. And boy, he handed off to Jeremiah Hartzell. So he faked the handoff to the back coming around from the left side. And then he just handed inside handoff, went to Jeremiah Hartzell and fooled me. But anyway, Hartzell right smack up the middle, right down the left hash mark. And he moves it all the way up to the 44-yard line of Espanola. The Hilltoppers now have 1st and 10 as they get it into Espanola territory. So back in that spread and in motion now goes Hartzell. They fake it to Hartzell, and now Jeremiah is going to keep it himself. And so Jacob Green keeps the ball himself, and he picks up a nice gain. Let's see where they're going to spot this. Okay, he's going to pick up maybe about 7 yards, I guess. So, yeah, it should be now right about 2nd and 3 for Los Alamos. The ball is spotted down at the 37-yard line. 3 minutes and counting here in this first half. First quarter. Los Alamos leading 6-0. Jacob dropping back. He wants to throw. He's all the way back to midfield. He's still running, scrambling around to the right side, still going, and finally runs into a lot of traffic. I think the ball came out, and a couple of players diving onto the field. And let's see if Espanola came up with it.
And it appears they did.
Yes,
there's also a flag down here, but I think that's going to be a crackback block on Los Alamos.
Yeah, the way that thing got set up, there were so many things that they could have had, like holding or a crackback block or anything, because Jacob Green got the ball, got the snap, and started to roll to his right. It looked like he wanted to throw, and then all of a sudden he decided to take off. But boy, the pursuit for the charge for Espanola, he couldn't do anything. He turned around, he ran all the way back into Hilltopper territory, and then he made the turn, and he got it down inside around the 35-yard line, and he was hit, and the ball came out, and Espanola falls on it on their own 34. And we have 2:47 remaining here in this first quarter of play. Los Alamos leading 6-0 over the Sun Devils. So the Sun Devils once again into that power spread, if you want to call that. A handoff, and this time they're going to give it around to the left side. That one's going to go to Jack Purdy. Purdy, a sophomore, he's the one who said he's pretty small, and so anyway, Joran Quintana on the tackle for Los Alamos, 6 foot, 175-pound sophomore, and so they lose a couple of yards. You see the ball is at the 34. Now it's at 33.
Actually, they're going to give him. They're going to give him about. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he did lose about a yard.
Yeah, so now he's back. Now he's back to the 33, and it's going to be second down and 11. I'm waiting for that sun to set so we can get the sun out of our eyes. So dropping back to throw, looking down, and trying to go to Phil, and it was a nice pass. Phil was kind of covered, and running right there with him, step for step, and doing a good job on the coverage that time. And that was in Malachi. Is it or Malachi?
I think it's Malachi.
Malachi Gutierrez. Whatever happened to Bill and John and Jack and Tom?
We do have a flag on the field right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a hold on the Sun Devils. See what the Toppers want to do here, and they're going to take the penalty, it appears.
Yeah, it'll be 10 yards from the hold, wherever the hold occurred. So this is going to push them way back.
And wow, it's going to put them all the way back to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it's just like they're starting out from a setback. So the ball comes nose of the ball right smack at the 20-yard line, and so they've got now second down in the bunch. So here they go again with that sweep around the right side, and that's another pretty good gain for Nate Chacon. And Chacon, the junior, makes the turn, and he's going to get up to about the 30-yard line. So he's going to pick up a little more than 10 yards. Let's see, they spotted at 31. So Mikey picked up 11 yards on that. So they like that sweep.
Two very effective sweeps there. And Chacon showing some good patience as a runner, waiting for his blockers to set up. And that was Cuevas out there as well. And got another pretty good block out there on the right side. So good patience there shown by the quarterback.
And Chacon takes the handoff, and the ball just a little slant route run by Ollie Fell. And they're trying to get it to Ollie, but
I was behind him again.
I know.
So the timing just not there for the Sun Devils yet on these quick slant routes. So that's going to bring up fourth down, and with seconds left here, about 35 seconds left, and the punter is David Sandoval, a junior, and his first two punts have been something of an adventure.
Yes. So, well, we're stopping play here. Let's see what they're going to discuss here. So the referee back, the good guy in a white hat, he was back there in the backfield. He's the one that made the signal, and for the timeout. Now they're talking things over with Santiago Archuleta, the coach of the Sun Devils. And of course, Garrett Williams is the coach for Los Alamos. Been doing it a long time. This is his 12th year, and he took over from Bob Scott, who was at the helm for 20 years.
I'm not sure what the problem is
here. I don't either. So are they making Fell lead the field again?
I don't know. I have no idea what's happening.
Not a clue. But I'll tell you one thing, Mike. David Sandoval's lined up a little further back.
Oh, they're going to reset the clock to 47 seconds.
Whoa.
I have no idea why. I thought they were okay. Close enough.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently, they're supposed to stop this. I think, yeah, it was an incomplete pass. That's right. Somebody was offsides on that one. David Sandoval with the kick is going to be taken at the midfield. I thought it was going to be taken around the 45-yard line and just scooped up and gone down the field that time. And that was going to be Malachi Gutierrez. And he came to it, had it came right down, came in his gut. Had a beautiful. He was on a dead run. All he had to do was catch that and take off, and we ended up with a vending machine, Mike.
Yeah, yeah. Who is that coined that term? That is about the best football term I've heard in a while.
Yeah, I think it was Gabe. I think it was Gabe Katko.
Yes, young Gabe Katko with the vending machine. And,
yes.
Very, very accurate description.
Yeah. There's a pass, and that is complete. And that's up to Jeremiah Hartzall. So Jacob Green drops back, and then Hartzall just takes off over to his right. And a pass near the sideline, and gets it right to Hartzell. And Hartzell is brought down before he goes out of bounds, but that should end. Well, let's see.
Well, they stopped the clock momentarily to reset the ball, but
okay, so
and a 17-yard pickup there.
Yeah, and so we have 20 seconds go, and counting. Hilltoppers will get one more playoff. Jacob Green, back at quarterback, dropping back. He has all day, and the pass is going to be intercepted right in front of the goal line, and Ollie fell. Well, anyway, Ollie should go over and thank Jacob. Ollie finally caught a pass.
Right in the numbers.
Perfect pass to Ollie Fell. So Ollie picks up the interception, and with 7 seconds remaining, I'm telling you, it's taken about 5 minutes to do this last minute. So it's and here we go. 7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Los Alamos leading 6-0. Had a pretty good drive going, and Jacob Green that time, he didn't have to worry about any protection. Nobody came for the Espanola. Jacob just stood back there. I mean, he could still be standing back there if he wanted. So here we go, loaded shotgun once again, and this time they're gonna hand it off. They're gonna air it out. Ollie fell. Whoa, and Ollie fell down. Sorry about that.
That is pun number 2 for those keeping score at home today. So, Ollie fell. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, he almost, just as he was going to catch it, Ollie fell down. And so now.
So there's still 1.5 seconds left here, Gene. And actually, the pass again underthrown. Fell actually did look like he was going to be able to adjust, but just could not keep his balance.
Yeah, he should have had that one. I mean, that was a very, very catchable ball. And there goes the sun. And running around the 5-yard line. And now he's going to just throw it away. And we're going to throw a flag, or are we?
There is a flag down.
Well, he just ran to the sideline, and then this isn't pro football. You can't do that. But we'll see if the officials are going to do anything about that. But there is a flag. And boy,
I don't know if there's going to be roughing the passer, Gene. It very well could be.
And goodbye, sun. I can see the whole field. Well, we're certainly taking our sweet time about this.
Well, this is definitely going to go against the Toppers, depending on specifically. So it is going to be roughing the passer on the Toppers.
Roughing the passer?
Tough call, Gene.
Roughing the passer. He ran to the sideline and threw it out of bounds.
So there was a hit on the quarterback. I thought it was in time. I thought it was within that cursory 1 step you get, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it looked okay, but the official had a different opinion on that. But in any case, that it's going to end this first quarter, 6-0 ball game. The Toppers up in front, scoring at the 7:18 mark, a 9-yard pass from Green to Hertzall for the touchdown, and a good-looking pass.
Oh, beautiful!
And
it was just a rocket right up the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very solid pass right in Jeremy's gut. And as we all know, that is the worst place to throw it to a receiver. But he was able to haul it in for the touchdown, and then some shenanigans with the extra point. Sally Hopkins kicked the first one, but there was a penalty, and tried again, but there was another penalty, and had a third shot at it, and just missed that third shot. So
They moved her back 10 yards.
yeah, it was a 10-yard penalty then against the Toppers, and a 5-yard penalty against the Sun Devils. So we know where her sweet spot is, Gene, as a kicker.
Well, she started. The next kick was going to be a 4-yard.
Again, a reminder, all fans need to wear your face
The final
mask.
kick was going to be a
All
24-yard
fans
field goal.
need to wear
Just
a
short.
mask.
All right. So starting off this second quarter, 6-0 ball game. Sun Devils with the ball, 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. After the penalty, low snap, and the handoff, and boy, nothing about that play got off the ground, Gene, including the snap. And down behind the line of scrimmage is the fullback, Luis Cuevas. He looks like he's going to lose about a yard.
Yes, and let's see. On the tackle that time, I'm pretty sure it looked like it was Tiki Nieto who got in there and brought him down. Yeah, it was. And also on the tackle that time was Nicholas Ray. So they just right at the line of scrimmage, he lost a yard, bad snap, and so now, I mean, I'm telling you, Mike, the Nate Chacon didn't have a chance on that one.
No, that snap barely got off the ground. He had to pick it up off the ground, and Chacon just got leveled.
Yeah,
he got hit hard by Jordan Quintana, and I think Tiquinioto was on that as well. And Chacon's he's grimacing pretty good down there.
Yeah,
I can imagine, because he got hit very, very hard.
Yes, he did. And the ball right now is at the 23-yard line, and they need to get up to the 39-yard line. So it's a 3rd down and 16 now for the Sun Devils. And now we've got another something.
And I think a Sun Devil was on the field too long and ran out at the last second. So
yeah,
I think too many men in the huddle.
Yeah, so it'd be apparently an illegal substitution. So a 5-yard penalty. So that's
well, he was not at the substitution flag in the middle of the field, Jane. You have to do that. Oh my goodness!
My heavens, Mike!
A slant to Fell, and best pass he's seen all day, and he could not hang on.
Right to him. He just came across started over on the right side, and then just came right toward us, and to his left. And I'm telling you, Mike, I mean, I'm sure he's been frustrated because they've been trying to get the ball to him all evening, and they never have. And this time, perfect. I mean, right smack in the gut, absolute perfect. And
could not hang on.
Okay, so here's the most active player we've had tonight, and that's David Sandoval. He's going to boot it away, maybe.
He does get it away. Decent kick.
Wow.
And that's going to take a good bounce. That's going to go out or in the Topper territory, right around the 40. Oh, they're gonna say went out at the 45. That's a little stingy. I thought he got it closer to the 40.
Yeah, so did I. And but they're going to put it on the 45-yard line. And so, but I'm telling you that Nicholas Dolan for Los Alamos, a 6'2", 290-pound senior, was right there. I thought he was going to block it. I couldn't believe that David got that thing away, but he did, and ended up having a pretty good punt. And he was under a lot of pressure. And so he's moved back a little bit. He was really close to the line at the beginning.
Yeah, he was only about 11 yards deep, which is at standard is about 15. And that first one, we're pretty sure somebody got a hand on it.
Oh yeah.
And the second one, I have no idea how that was not blocked.
Somebody, who's calling the timeout here? I don't know.
Did not see a timeout signal.
I have no
Let's see
idea.
if they.
Well, anyway, somebody called a timeout.
So there's a timeout on the field. We know that. That we know. That we know.
And, well, according to
So the Sun Devils did take a timeout in the first quarter.
yeah,
So they have no more than 2 left.
and the Hilltoppers, I'm not sure who called this one.
Yeah, we're not quite sure who called this one.
So Hilltoppers all took off over to the sideline to talk to Garrett Williams. Now they come back, and the ball's still at the 45-yard line. It's going to be first down for Los Alamos.
I think the Sun Devils took that one, Gene.
And if they did, they have 1 left, and we're just starting the second quarter at 10:16 remaining here in the first half of play. And boy, I'm telling you, so we're going to go to unbalanced line for Los Alamos. Pass over on the left side, and it's going to be complete and making a nice run and still going for Los Alamos. And that was Tiki Nieto. Nice pass, Mike.
Yeah, it was just a swing pass out to the left side, but Nieto had plenty of running room. He's going to move all the way up into Sun Devil territory at the 46-yard line. I'm sorry, the 54-yard line, according to our old friend David Sutton. But some people call that the 46-yard line.
Yeah, yeah. He crossed the 50 and almost made it to the 55. So there's a fake. They fake the handoff and the pass, and wide open down the field. And I mean, wide open. Boy, was Malachi Gutierrez. He was 10 yards behind everybody. I don't even think the Espanola defense saw him back there. And they threw the pass. It was a short pass. It was incomplete, and Malachi turns around and raises his hand, and he was so wide open, it was ridiculous. They could have thrown that pass 5 or 6 yards short, and he still could have caught it. So it was just a direct snap back to Jacob Green. And
that was a high snap, and that came at him. That was a fastball at him. Green did pretty good just to corral that in, and he falls ahead for
not much.
2, maybe, well, no, not much at all, I guess.
Well, there's
maybe a yard.
Yeah, so they need to get up to about the 33-yard line. So it's going to be right now. They're about 10 yards away. He's going to air it out, long pass, and just short. I mean, just short, and open moment. I mean, he was open, and that was Jeremiah Hartzell. He was open. The pass was just a little bit short. He had a man next to him, but Jeremiah was in front of him, and Jeremiah came back a step or so, dove to the ground to try to get the pass, but it was just a little tiny bit short. Otherwise, that would have been big game for Los Alamos. As we come down to 9:04, the clock is stopped on the incomplete pass. And now Jacob's going to back again. Now he's in trouble. He's going to throw it away. He does get it away. Boy, and a nice pass up the field to Kenny Suazo. So Suazo, he pulls it in, and but Jacob Green they were after him, and it looked like he might try to run around the right side, but then at the last second, he pulled up, and he gets that ball up to Kenny, and so Suazo picks up he gets it up to about the 35, so it's going to be 3rd down and 2 for Los Alamos. And this time they're going to hand it off, and picking up the first down. Boy, that play took a half an hour to execute. I can't believe Los Alamos made anything out of that thing, as Tiki Nieto was the ball carrier. But Mike, they faked the handoff to the left, and then a little delay by Tiki to come back to the right. And delay is the right word. Boy, I'm telling you.
Yeah, we're not talking delay like that was a draw play or anything. It was just, that play took forever to develop, and I don't know if the Sun Devil defense just got bored waiting for it or what happened, but like you said,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that play did anything.
I know. You gotta get out your Pepsi and put a little umbrella in it and relax. So it's a 1st and 10 for Los Alamos, though, as they move it up to the 29-yard line. Now coming around the left side, Jeremiah Hartzall, boy, makes a nice cut. They had him momentarily, and as he was coming around that right side and almost on him that time, almost to get him and drop him down, and that was Osvaldo Arribas. But boy, Jeremiah made a nice cut around him, picked up another couple of yards, but he does pick up a nice gain. He picked up about 7 yards on that run. So it's going to be 2nd down and about, well, let's see.
Actually, Gene, I think that was actually a shovel pass.
Oh, okay.
So technically that was a forward pass and a completion.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So Jacob airing it out. Whoa. And Ollie fell. I'm telling you, he came over, and this time Jeremiah Hartzall fell down. Courtesy of Ollie Fell.
Fell tagged him pretty good, but Hartzell able to hang on.
I don't know how he hung on to that thing.
And Hartzell thought Fell got there a little early.
Yes.
That was actually pretty well timed, it looked like, by Fell, but very, very close.
Yeah.
And Hartzell's still a little upset about it, not the non-call there.
So Jacob Green back. He's going to air it out right at the line of scrimmage. The ball is if they call this a complete pass, I'm not sure if they will. He caught the ball. As soon as he caught it, it went flying out of his hands. And I mean flying out of his hands, about 3 or 4 yards over to his right. And then Los Alamos comes in, and there's everybody jumping on the ball, but they're going to say that Los Alamos was we recovered it. Anyway, the ball now is back to the 22-yard line, and they need to get up to the up to about the 8. So this is a shovel pass again, and this time it's going to go to Hartzall around the left side. That was a nice play, Mike.
Yeah, that's working very well.
Yeah,
He's
pretty
running all the
play.
way across the formation, and shovel pass right in the middle of the line of scrimmage, and he's had plenty of running room both times. He's going to pick up, looks like close to 7 off of this.
Yeah, they're moving it up to, let's see, where are they? About the 21-yard line, no, 19-yard line. Nope.
No, actually, I think it's
further
about
than
the
that.
14. Looks
Yeah,
like the
further
14-yard line.
Yes. Okay.
So somewhere between the 20 and the 10. Well, that's going to change now.
Yeah, we have
with movement up front. We'll see who they call this on.
They tried to dump the center again, and
that is frankly the worst thing you can do on a football field, Gene.
Especially if you're the center. And so I'm pretty sure that they're trying to dump the center, and that time was Luis Cuevas. Luis is a senior, but he's a big kid. We don't have any stats on him that way, but anyway, it's a 5-yard penalty, and so it's going to bring up now. That'll bring up 3rd down and about a yard for Los Alamos, and so right over right tackle. They just handed the ball. The snap went right back to Jacob Green, and then I'm saying Jeremiah Hartzall, and Hartzall. I guess what they had an inside handoff to Hartzall, and then he just hit right tackle. So it's a first down. Now straight up the middle, we're going to have a touchdown by Los Alamos, and let's see who the ball carrier was there.
Not sure. He kind of got lost in the shuffle there. And
yes, he
they
is.
They're
congratulating Hartzall.
Okay, we're going to give that touchdown to him then.
He gets it.
Yes, good job.
So that will make it now 12-0 with 5:02 remaining in the first half. And here comes Sally. So Sully's out to the field and ready to kick it away for Los Alamos. And we are going to snap the ball here one of these days.
There's an excellent chance of that.
There's the kick.
That's up, and that is good.
And it's good.
Oh, nice kick there by Sally.
So Sally Hopkins, our
our regular football player.
Yep,
She's just another football player on the field.
yes,
That's it.
that is it.
That's all I'm going to say. Okay, Mike, you got anything to talk about here, Mike, with your stats or anything?
Well, quite a bit. What I can tell you, Gene, is the Toppers have attempted 17 passes today.
Is that right?
17 passes in this first half, and
That's
I'm
more than
pretty safely say there has been, 6-7 games in a row where we haven't attempted 17 passes.
17, but they didn't throw that many in 2019, the full season.
I'm willing to bet that's probably about right. That was just not something you see out of the Toppers. So Toppers absolutely 100% opening things up here in this season opener against the Sun Devils, and have gotten a couple of nice drives out of it. A pair of touchdowns so far for Jeremiah Hartzell.
So Sally Hopkins kicks it off. It's going to be taken on the run at about the 30-yard line, and then coming around the right side and across the just barely across the 40. So a nice run that time by the up back for Espanola. There's a flag down once again, and so the referees are getting a lot of practice throwing the flag here.
Boy, one of the Sun Devils got absolutely lit up on the Topper sideline, Gene, and I think he's still down.
Let's see.
Boy, that doesn't look good at all.
No, I can't.
We cannot see who it is. It's definitely one of the Sun Devils, and
yeah,
he is in pain.
Yeah, I'm completely screened out. He's down. Boy, he's feeling it.
And
he's laying on his stomach, and now they're going to roll him over. And that's that number. Let's see, that's going to be Casey Aragonis. Is that right, Mike Aragonis?
Yeah, I believe that is correct. But he was.
Yeah,
there was a huge collision over there on that side of the field, and Aragonis definitely got the worst of it, and he is moving around. He's moving around quite a bit, but so hopefully that's a good sign. But he absolutely just got leveled, and he had more than one guy land on him as well. So 4:57 left here in this opening half of play, 13-0, and you can probably hear the applause for Casey, and he is up and walking across the field on his own power. But
yeah, that's good.
That's always good to see. But like I said, he took a licking over there on that sideline.
Yeah, he really did, and he's walking off just fine.
He looks like he's okay right now. We'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah, I wonder if sometimes they get the breath knocked out of him and never can tell. But he was he was down on his stomach, and he kept kicking his feet up and down. But anyway, the ball. Well, we're going to have a major penalty here. The ball was going to be put. It's going to be a 15. 15-yard penalty against Los Alamos.
Actually, I think they're re-kicking, are they not?
Oh, is that what they're doing?
This looks like a re-kick.
I'm lost.
Which I don't understand even a little bit.
I don't either. I thought it was a perfect 15-yard penalty up to the 40.
Yeah, that would have been exactly 15 yards, but they're going to re-kick. Why are they re-kicking?
I have no idea. So it's going to be taken back at the 20-yard line. Coming to his left is Ollie Fell. He's going to turn the corner. He's still going right down that left sideline, and he is going to be brought down this time by Josh Duran. And helping out Josh that time for the Hilltoppers was Joran Quintana. But boy, I'm telling you, he had the steam, boy, down that left sideline. I mean, he just got that ball and just came around. He took it over onto the left, came back came on the right, took it back to his left, came down that sideline, and boy, I mean, it was a steamroller. He was going. And
Wow.
so Josh Duran, much smaller than Ollie Fell. Ollie's a big kid. I know Ollie's. He's 6'6", about 190, 195, something like that.
And deceptively quick. He didn't look like he was even running that fast, but Toppers were having trouble keeping up with him.
Yeah, they did. So they're going to run out of that loaded shotgun once again. They're going to hand it off over and coming around the right side is Luis Cuevas. Cuevas is going to pick up a big gain as he's going to get it down to the 30-yard line. And that's going to be that'll be a first down for Espanola. So a couple of nice runs that time by the Sun Devils. And let's see where they're going to pop that thing down, Mike. They're going to pop it down at the 31-yard line.
Wow, nice pickup there. So Cuevas has been their most effective runner so far. 12 yards, got a very, very nice lead block on the right side from Adric De Leon and cleared the path for him and was able to help him turn the corner. So a nice play there by the Sun Devils.
Yeah, we have 4.5 minutes to go here in this first half of play. Los Alamos leading 13-0. Ollie Fell goes into motion, dropping back, and going to air it out to Ollie. Ollie's going to pull it down, and he hangs on inside the 5-yard line. Boy, beautiful catch. Los Alamos had him covered pretty well, but Ollie's a big kid and much, much taller. And then covering back there for Los Alamos that time was Alexander Pasluka, who's 5'11" and 170 pounds. So, you know, you have a 6 you're 5'11" and you're trying to guard a 6'6" receiver who not only is a receiver, also a basketball player. So you know he's got good hands.
Yeah, and he just went up for the rebound on that one. That was a straight rebound.
Yeah, he really did. So it's going to be first and goal for the Sun Devils as they have the ball on the 2-yard line.
29-yard pickup for the Sun Devils, their first completion of this ball game.
So there's a bad snap, and so going down on one knee to try to pick it up was that time was Nate Chacon. And I'm a little surprised at Nate, but Chacon's been essentially the quarterback for most of the game. They started off with Jeremiah Trujillo. He was supposed to be the go-to. He was supposed to be QB1. So I'm not sure what happened. But QB1 right now has been Nate Chacon, the junior. But they lose some yardage on that one, Mike.
Yeah, lost about 6. Handoff straight up the middle. And that again is to Cuevas. And he gets about half of that back.
Yeah, and on that play before, it was a bad snap. And it went to Nate. Nate was trying to get to it, and he wanted to pick it up. So he instead of falling on it, he went down on one knee and then touched the ball. And, of course, as soon as he did that, as soon as that knee hit, and he had to possess it, well, at least touch the ball. Anyway, that was the end of the play. So right now we're looking at third down.
Third and goal at about the 4-yard line.
4-yard line.
The best chance of the evening for the Sun Devils to get some points on the board up to this point.
Hilltoppers want a goal line stand here. They're going to give it over to Nate Chacon. He's going to pass it into the end zone. Pass intended for Ollie Fell, way over his head. So fourth down. So here's the big decision, Mike. You kick that field goal, or do you punt? So
the huge decision. I don't know which way they're going to go here, Gene.
I'd take a timeout.
Really, it's probably something you need to think about.
I know. So it's going to be fourth down and 4 from the 4-yard line.
And the Sun Devils do, in fact, take a timeout.
Yeah. So
Santiago Archuleta wants to discuss this with his group. So fourth down. So the Sun Devils, this is their best chance. This is by far their furthest penetration into Topper territory. So big play coming up with 2:13 remaining, Gene. So, Gene, probably a good time to talk about this. This is week 1 of high school football around the state. It is not inconceivable. This could also be the season finale,
Yeah,
considering
certainly. Yes.
several games, especially in the Albuquerque area, have been postponed due to the Delta variant rearing its ugly head. So
Yes, that's right. And in fact, yesterday or the other day when the governor came out with an announcement, which ended up being that everybody has to wear a mask inside, but I was really worried that she was going to do what she did back in October and cancel the sports season again. But fortunately, we got by that one. So now it's going to be 4th and goal from the 4, and we have 2:14 remaining here in the first half. And Nate Chacon back in motion goes Ollie Fell. Long count. Finally, he's going to give it, and they're going to get straight up the middle. And he's close. Did he make it?
no signal.
No, I don't know if he did or not. The handoff went
right
straight up
there.
the middle to Luis Cuevas.
And Cuevas right at the goal line. I don't think he made it.
No, I don't think he did either. Well, that bad snap back to Nate Chacon that he had to just go down on one knee and try to pick it up, that killed him. Because they had a 1st and goal from the 2 at that point, and they're going to spot this one down at the
the 2 yard. Wow, I thought he was closer than that.
Yeah, he for him, the ball would be. Let's see, they put the ball down at the 2-yard line. Yes, so did I. I thought he was way closer.
I thought he was
than
inside the 1, but
so did I.
no, they're gonna, because they said his knee went down earlier than that. But in any event, they're gonna turn the ball over to the Toppers. 2:08 remaining. See what the Toppers want to do here.
They need to. Now they're deep in their own territory. They need to take a safety and then just kick it out from the 20. Okay. All right.
And we have a penalty marker on the field thrown by the back judge.
What a surprise. Penalty's going to go against Los Alamos. That's going to be a 1-yard
boy,
penalty.
this is a huge penalty, Gene.
Half the distance to the goal.
They are backed up into more of the shadow of their own end zone, of their own goalpost there, Gene. That was huge.
Yes, it
1-yard penalty, and we have a timeout on the field.
Oh
boy, this half is taking.
What time is it anyway?
It is 7 minutes after 8.
Wow.
So this has been a long half.
We're going to be here till 10 o'clock.
We are on pace to be here till 10 o'clock.
So, well, anyway, Mike, I'm going to take this opportunity. Thank Carol Clark of the Los Alamos Daily Post for making all this possible. She set it up so that we could broadcast the audio portion of the YouTube channel. They have Los Alamos Daily Post YouTube channel, and so she set that up. And I want to thank Nate Limback and John McHale in getting together with Carol and putting all this together, making it possible for me and my good buddy Mike Mays to come down here and do this, because after we lost KRSN, we weren't sure if we were ever going to broadcast Los Alamos sports again. So thank you, Carol, and thank you, Los Alamos Daily Post.
Yes, thank you very much, Daily Post, and a special huge thanks to Nate Limback. I mean, if it's a lot more complicated than flipping a switch, I'm not going to get you there. But Nate does this. I don't have a clue how he does it, but he does it.
Yeah, and the problem with Nate is that every week there's a different switch to click. So, so I don't know what are we doing?
I don't know. There's a delay on the field, and I have.
Well, let's see.
So
Ollie Fell's coming off of they make a substitution.
So they want to do something with the clock, but they're not.
Yeah, and there's no communication with the referees and the press booth.
No, so I think there was about 2 minutes and 8 seconds is what they're going to reset it to, which I think is about right. So one of the fans over here, he's got way better ears than I do, so he heard it.
Yeah. Okay.
So 2:08 remaining. And again, Topper's backed way up. And
running
Green,
out of the end zone and coming around the left side and going to pick up across the 10 up to, well, just across the 10-yard line, and hit and dropped. And the ball carrier that time for Los Alamos.
I believe that was Green on the keeper.
Jacob Green running out of the spread.
He's going to pick up about 10 yards. So,
it's going to be, they were at the 2 or the 1, actually.
Yeah, so anyway, if not for that huge penalty, they would have the first down, Jim.
That's right. You're going to air it out and wide open down the field. And, oh, my heavens, the pass was a little short, but there were 3 men back there covering for Espanola. The pass went to Malachi Gutierrez, and he should have had that one. He went high in the air to try to pull it down, and it went right through his hands. But Ollie Fell was back there on the coverage, and also on the coverage for the Sun Devils. And they had, and that was Adric De Leon, and also back there with them was Kevin Coffin. They all three of them were around there, but he was open for the pass. Jacob Green, they're going to have there's just a simple option play around the right side, and he does make the option pass. So Jacob Green just comes out from the right side. He heads over toward the right side, and then he had following as the option back that time.
We've got a flag on the field again, Gene. Believe it or not.
Oh, I can't believe it.
This very well could be a block in the back on the Toppers. That's about no.
Picking up the flag.
No. Psych.
He picked it up.
Yeah, there was no flag for anything. Then there's no penalty. I'm not quite sure why they threw it, but any event,
you still have to practice throwing that flag.
Well, you do. You got to get the rotator cuff warmed up. You're gonna hurt yourself if you don't do it right.
Yeah, you got to follow through everything. Snap gets away from Jacob Green. He's all the way back to his 15-yard line, cutting back now from his left to his right, and still going. Gets around one tackler, gets around another, and he's hit hard around the 47, 48-yard line. So what looked like was going to be a disaster, and Jacob Green turns it into a huge play.
Holy moly. Wow, the ball was on the ground 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and Green was having trouble picking it up. But he was able to just scramble around and get around the right side and turn the corner. Nobody was there.
So he fakes the inside handoff, and the pass is going to be complete and still going inside the 30-yard line. And finally, that pass was complete to Malachi Gutierrez. And so
we have a flag on the field. Unbelievable.
Hey, there's a flag.
And everything is coming back. So that great effort there by Hartzell. He was juggling and getting hit at the same time, but was able to pull it in.
Okay, that was Jeremiah.
Yes.
Okay.
So the great catch by him, but it is all for naught, as there is a hold at the 43-yard line.
So hold at 43, and that'll move it back to 33.
Oh, wow. So that negates a huge play, and with 42 seconds left, the Toppers would have been knocking at the door again, Jane.
Yeah, they could have brought Sally in for
that's right in her wheelhouse.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they could have just let her kick it away and head for the locker room. But now Los Alamos is faced with, it's I don't know. What down is it anyway?
Topper timeout. I have no idea what down it is.
They're saying it's down 1, but let's see. I have no idea.
So there was a penalty.
Yeah.
No, I think that's right. I think this actually is first down.
Yes.
But
boy,
back to that catch there by Hartzell. He just had I think it was Fell just hanging all over him, and did not catch the pass cleanly. Actually, kind of got all the way into his chest, and it bounced off of him. So he's juggling the ball, and he's got a pretty big strong kid hanging on him, and he was still able to pull it in. And that would have set the Toppers up fairly well with the short amount of time left. So just great effort. Hartzell having a huge first half here, Gene.
Yeah, it really is. And so, with 35 seconds remaining here in the first half, the Tiki Toppers are deep in their own territory, and it's first and forever for the Hilltoppers. The ball's on the ground, and it's going to be picked up. So it went off of Jacob Green out of bounds, and then standing right next to him for the Hilltoppers was Tiki Nieto. So Tiki just reached down and picked up the ball, tried to run, and now we're going to have a timeout called by Los Alamos.
I'm not quite sure what they think they're going to set up here with 26 seconds. And
well, when I talked to Garrett, he told me that they had worked on a fantastic secret play. If it turned out there was 26.7 seconds remaining in the half.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, how many times are you going to get to use it?
I
mean,
this is it.
Use it now, and you got second in about 300.
I know.
So they have to get to the softball field to get a first down here, Gene. So.
29 seconds.
Oh. There it goes. There it goes.
The moment has passed. We just heard that they're going to reset the clock to 29 seconds.
We don't have a 29-second
No,
play.
we do not. So that is unfortunate, Gene.
That's the way it goes.
That is unfortunate.
You plan, and it never works out. 29 seconds to go. The Hilltoppers right now still with it's a second down for the Hilltoppers. And going to come back to Jake Green. He fakes the inside handoff, airs it out down the left sideline. This is complete and still going all the way up to the 30-yard line. And they just flat can't bring him down.
I think that was Hartzell again.
Yeah, finally. And so they got it up to Jeremiah Hartzell. And
holy moly.
So he got the pass up, and the Hilltoppers have to get moving. So
333.
So
44-yard pickup.
Well, he got the ball. The ball spotted down at the 29-yard line. He caught it up around the 40 or between the 40 and the 45, and then took up down that left sideline. So the Hilltoppers, they're going to air it out again. This time and they threw it right to Ollie Fell again, and then Ollie fell down.
That right in the number there for Ollie. Not that close to having his second pick of this ball game.
Yes. Yeah, it was right to him. 11.6 seconds remain, Mike. Here, 13-0 ball game. Hilltoppers with a goal line stand and kept Espanola after a nice drive by the Sun Devils. So the Hilltoppers with 11.6 seconds. Let's see, and they're going to have to go for the end zone. So they fake the handoff, and the pass wide open and into the end zone for the score. Wow.
Holy
unbelievable.
And I think
wide open down there.
Was that Nick Dolan? I think that was Nick Dolan.
Yes, and that boy, he's getting the hugs and the kisses, I'm telling you.
Holy moly.
Yeah, he was wide open.
He could not possibly be any more open, and he did not. It was simple go route. Nothing fancy about it. Just went right down the far sideline. Nobody within 10 yards of him, and Green just dropped it right into his lap at the 2-yard line. He scoots in for the touchdown. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, he could have turned around and fell into the end zone. But anyway, beautiful play. Essentially the last play of the half. There's only 4 seconds remaining. So this time the Hilltoppers decide they're going to go for 2. So they line up in the spread. They looks almost like a I formation. They're going to hand the ball right up the middle. That's going to go to Tiki Nieto, and Nieto is going to pick up the 2-point conversion for Los Alamos. So after missing that first conversion on that first one with all the penalties, they now convert this one. So now it's 21-0. The Hilltoppers up. 4.2 seconds to go here in this first half of play.
Wow. And 3 plays ago, Gene, the Toppers were a mile away from
like you
the
said,
end zone.
Like you said, they had to get to the softball field.
Yeah, just second down and forever.
Yes.
With under 30 seconds remaining, and then 2 huge plays, and then Nick Dolan wide open at the 3-yard line on a simple go route, but found the soft spot in the zone. Green dropped it right to him for the touchdown.
Boy, that was a beautiful pass and a beautiful play. So it's going to come down and be taken at the 25-yard line, coming around the left side, still trying to go, and going to be brought down by several Hilltoppers. And
I think that was Casey Aragones again.
Yeah,
he was the young man who was leveled over on the sideline a little while ago. And that is going to do it for this first half, Gene, as we hit double zeros and the Toppers up 21-0 heading into the locker room on a crazy last-minute drive there of this second quarter.
I mean, they had like second and probably close to 40 yards to go. Second and about 35 or second and 40, and they were able to convert it. Unbelievable. And then keep going. And a beautiful pass. How long was that touchdown pass?
26-yard touchdown pass to Dolan. So huge first half there for Jake Green. And then, boy, just talk about Jeremiah Hartzell in that first half. Just first half of his life there. Just fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 catches. And again, we've had halves of the season where we didn't complete 9 passes.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's nice to see that too. I like a passing game, and of course, and Garrett's done a pretty good job here mixing up the run and the pass. But boy, that last pass was beautiful. Jacob Green put it right on the numbers, and so Mike is he's gonna take this opportunity right now to add everything up so he can give us all the first half stats here in just a minute. But right now, what I want to talk about is, and Mike was talking about, this is the first game of the season here. Wasn't actually the first event. Because last week the Santa Fe Prep Blue Griffins took on Bosque in boys soccer. That was last Saturday. And so that was a week ahead of everybody. And the reason I bring that up is that the Blue Griffins are coming to Los Alamos tomorrow for a game against the boys soccer team, and that will be at 10 o'clock in the morning at Sullivan Field, and we will be there to bring you that ball game. So we're going to broadcast that soccer game tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. So it's the same thing. You do the same thing you always do. Get on the website for Los Alamos Daily Post, find that logo. And I must admit that I was trying to get on the football, listen to the football interview before we went on, and I kept pushing the button, pushing the logo, clicking on the logo, but it turned out the logo was for the game tomorrow. So I had to look around a little and find a logo for the football game. And so anyway, when you fool around with the logo, you gotta kind of do a little bit here. So anyway, right now we're going to take a short break. We got a couple of good sponsors, and we're really happy to have them. The Los Alamos High School, the Los Alamos Police Department, Los Alamos Fire Department. I really want to thank them for being supporters of Los Alamos High School sports.
Hello, I'm Commander Oliver Morris with the Los Alamos Police Department. It's an exciting time to live in Los Alamos. With the increase in hiring at the lab, we've seen more motorists and visitors come to Los Alamos. But with that, we've also seen an increase in traffic. And with traffic, we also get calls of distracted driving, speeding, and sometimes aggressive driving. Please join me in reducing these calls. Our officers are going to be out in force looking for these types of driving behavior. If you see something, please call us at our non-emergency line or our emergency line. We appreciate your partnership in helping keep our community safe, and thank you.
Well, we have 30 seconds remaining on the clock here in the intermission. Of course, that's the time for the teams to be in the locker room. And of course, when they come out on the field, they'll give them 3 minutes to warm up. So we're 8 minutes away, essentially, from the second half. And I just want to say, after the sun, we come down here to start. The sun's always in our eyes for at least the first quarter. And then, boy, once that sun goes down behind that mountain, the Jemez Mountains back there, it is a beautiful, beautiful night here in Espanola. And perfect night for football, I must say, even though it is the middle of August. But of course, this has been a very mild summer. Anyway, Mike has been feverishly working on the stats, and so I want to give him the opportunity. I don't want all of his work to go to waste.
Well, thank you so much, Gene. I really do appreciate that. Math has never been my strong suit, but I do what I can.
Yeah, I know that.
I did. That's right. So, Gene, boy, oh boy, let's look at Jacob Green here. The quarterback for the Toppers coming in. It's been just such a wacky year, obviously, and wacky preseason, and even right now, there's still a lot of uncertainty. But I tell you what, he's been absolutely up to the challenge. Get this, Gene, 13 for 16 for Jacob Green in that first half.
Unbelievable.
And 164 passing yards in that first half.
I can't believe these are Los Alamos stats.
These are Los Alamos stats, and a pair of touchdowns.
Nice.
One in the first quarter to Jeremiah Hartzell, and the other one to Nick Dolan right at the end of the second quarter. And it did have the one pick, but finished the half with 6 straight completions. So good job there for Jake Green, and also for Hartzell. Huge night. This has got to be one of the biggest nights a Topper receiver has ever had. And Hartzell, Gene, 9 catches, 115 yards.
Wow.
and the touchdown. So what a night for him. He had the 9-yard touchdown in the first quarter, that coming from Green. We had, by the way, just for the record, Gene, we did have a gentleman request AC/DC.
Yeah, AC/DC.
And he is getting his wish fulfilled right now.
Unbelievable. Yeah, everybody. I love it here, but when you're a radio broadcaster, if they're ticked off about the PA or if they want something done, or would you please do this, they always come over and, why aren't you guys doing this, or would you please do this, or whatever, and then it ends up, and we sit here like, we're just a radio station, man.
Yeah, but now they are squarely on the highway to hell, Gene. So congratulations. That was actually the dad of one of the Sun Devils.
Yeah.
David Sandoval, the punter. His dad,
AJ
Sandoval, came over and requested some AC/DC.
Yeah.
So he is getting his wish fulfilled as we speak. But
yes, that was awesome.
Back to the stats, Gene, for the Toppers in that first half. 225 yards of offense.
How many?
225.
225?
And the huge offensive night so far. And just at the break.
Feel like I'm watching Texas Tech.
Yeah, these are just numbers we don't see from the Hilltoppers ever.
No.
I mean, I've been covering the Hilltoppers since the late 90s, Gene. I've never seen anything like this.
No.
So 225 for the Toppers. Most of that coming through the air. A couple of rushes. Hartzell actually also had 11 rush yards in that first half. Jake Green ended up with 42 rush yards on 8 carries. Did have the fumble in the first quarter, but 42 yards. So Jacob Green, a huge percentage of the Topper offense so far. On the flip side, Gene, Topper defense has looked pretty good, except for that drive toward the end of the second quarter where the Sun Devils marched all the way down to the field, actually got it down inside the 5-yard line, but could not punch it in. But the Sun Devils end up with 85 yards of total offense. For the Espanola Valley Sun Devils, Luis Cuevas, he led the way. He had 7 carries as from the fullback spot for 34 yards. And so far, Nate Chacon did not come in as quarterback. QB1 was actually the number 2 guy in the depth chart, I believe, after Jeremiah Trujillo, who I'm not sure we've seen in this game yet. I don't believe he's made it onto the field. But in any event,
I thought he had started, but maybe not. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, we're not quite sure. Actually, I haven't even seen him on the sideline. In any event, Chacon just completing the 1 pass, but that went for 29 yards, and that went to Ollie Fell. Ollie Fell has been his main target so far, but so far those 2 gentlemen just have not been able to get connected. We'll see if that changes here in this second half. So 1 for 8 for 29 yards for Mr. Chacon. And that was the bulk of the offense. So Luis Cuevas had a couple of nice runs there, and an 18-yarder early in the ball game, and had a 12-yarder, and they pounded the ball to him a couple of times near the goal line, but just was unable to get in, which was a little surprising because Toppers were having a hard time bringing him down in that first half for most of the first half, but they were able to stop him at the 2-yard line on 4th down. When the obvious punt situation too, Gene. I don't understand what they were trying to do, you know. But in any event, so the 21-0 in favor of the Toppers here on opening weekend here and for New Mexico high school football. And well, I was all set to come in today and say it's good to see everything getting back to normal, but that might have been my words might be a little premature at this point, so I'm going to hold off.
Everybody keeps talking about the new normal. Or we're certainly seeing the new normal here tonight, and so anyway, I want to remind everybody that tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock we'll be broadcasting the Hilltop Santa Fe Prep Blue Griffins coming to town to take on the boys soccer game. They have 1 game under their belt, and they went up against Bosque last Saturday actually, and ended up in a 1-1 tie. So an exciting soccer match. And so they
boy, that is some offensive fireworks, Gene.
Oh yes, absolutely. 2 goals in 1 game. So anyway, the Hilltoppers are going to receive here as the Sun Devils won the toss. They decided to receive. So now it's going to be Los Alamos' turn. So the Hilltoppers with a 21-0 lead to get the ball to start the second half of play. And so they about ready to line it up here. And it looks like Tiki Nieto is going to take the kick for the Sun Devils. I like that walk back to the. Did you see that walk?
That was an OG walk.
It's Luis Cuevas, by the way. Yeah. And this is a squib that's going to go picked up. He actually was at 35-yard line. It was picked up there by Nick Dolan, but he went down on 1 knee to catch it. Started to run, then he heard the whistle.
No, cannot do that in high school football.
No.
Once that knee goes down, regardless if anybody touches you or not, the play is over.
Yeah, and so they spotted the 36-yard line. And here we go, half number 2, Hilltoppers leading 21-0, and that play took 1 second. So so here we go. And so once again, right now for the Hilltoppers, Jacob Green is is back in that spread offense. He's going to air it out again, and this time he's tried to get it just quickly to Jeremiah Hartzell. And that was just going to be a really quick pass right over just to the, right just splitting as he was just splitting out from the end just a few feet. And that was going to be just a quick pass right there. And then he could turn around and head up. But the pass, he was open, but the pass way over his head. So that took that took 4 seconds. And so there's a delayed handoff, and so Jacob Green dropping back like he wanted to throw. So they try to run a draw, and Espanola not really fooled by that draw. Of course, the draw took forever to develop. Tiki Nieto took the handoff finally, got it up to about the 36-yard line. So the Hilltoppers now sitting here with, let's see.
Minimal gain on that one.
Yeah. So 3rd down and 10 for the Hilltoppers to start things off. Jacob Green coming back. He's going to air it out. He's got he had a man open, wide open. I mean, cutting across Kenny Suazo, who had run a slant route from the left side and cut across to the right side. And he was about 10 yards up the field, wide open, but he didn't, the pass was thrown incomplete. So that's going to bring up 4th down. And it looks like Jeremiah Hartzog is going to drop back in punt formation if the Hilltoppers punt. So, okay, here we go, Mike. Fake punt.
It very well could be. This is an odd formation here. Now, finally, Hartzell taking a couple of steps back. That's still not a full 15 yards.
So he takes a couple of steps, and the pass is going to come down to Ollie Fell, it looks like. And Fell caught it. He was clobbered immediately, but as soon as he caught it, but he was right there. And so Jeremiah Hartzell, one of those punts where you just don't punt it. You take a couple of steps to the right, and then you kick it.
It's one of those rugby kicks. I think somebody told me once, and I know nothing about rugby. I've watched rugby, and I still don't know anything about it.
Anyway, it ended up being a very, very short punt. It came right to Ollie Fell, and Fall got it up to the 49-yard line of the Sun Devils. So it's 1st and 10 for Espanola on their own 49, trailing in this ball game 21-0 to the Hilltoppers. Now we're going to have that sweep. The big sweep. 3 blockers out in front of Nate Chacon, but he can't go anywhere. Was not even able to turn the corner. The Hilltoppers dropping for a loss back to the 46-yard line.
And that was a nice cut. There's a knife in between the blockers. I think it was Hartzell that end up getting a piece of Chacon. Anyway, they're going to lose, looks like about 2 yards.
Yeah, a lot of times they come around on that sweep, and the runner and the blockers are they're just not set up right. And Hilltoppers and a couple of times had pretty easy time getting through the blocking. We're going to throw it out up to Ollie Fell. Nice catch.
He's
up
got
at the 30-yard line. Wow. Boy, that was pretty. So Nate Chacon just took the handoff, took about 2 steps back, and then just fired a bullet up to the 30-yard line, and just cutting right there was Ollie Fell. He was hit immediately, but he held on, and that ball now is at the 29-yard line.
24-yard pickup there for the Sun Devils. That was far and away Chacon's best throw of the night.
Oh, yeah, it was beautiful. So they got 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line of the Hilltoppers. Hand up straight up the middle. And this one it's going to go to Luis Cuevas. Cuevas is going to pick up about 5 yards up to about the 24. So it was nothing fancy about that. Cuevas lined up in that spread formation, and then they just simply a little inside handoff to him, and he just went straight up the middle and picks up 5 yards.
So Sun Devils on the move again. So we've seen them get a little bit of offense going the last couple of drives.
Well, they had that really nice drive in the first half, and then weren't able to push it in from the 2. So Nate Chacon going to his left, and he's got 3 blockers in front of him, turns a corner, and he's going to be hit inside the 25-yard line, probably up to about the 23. And so he's going to be a little short here. I think the referee is, well, let's see. We have a flag? No, we don't have a flag. He went to he got to 23. And right now they need to get to the 19-yard line.
No, about a 1-yard pickup there for Chacon. But they've gone to the well a lot with that play. That one going to the left side. It usually goes to the right side, but they've used that play quite a bit.
So we have let's see.
Looks like a quick slant attempt again to Fell, and I don't know if any other passes have gone anywhere else so far, Gene, except to Fell. But that one a little looked like it sailed a little bit on Chacon. Fell not able to go up and get it. So 4th down here, and Sun Devils looks like the offense is still on the field. 4th and about 4.
Yeah, 4th and 4. They're on the 23. They need to get to the 19, so they're going to line up. And they've got a spread formation back there, and then Ollie Fell goes in motion, but there's a flag.
A lot of movement up front. We'll see who this goes on.
So let's see if they're going to rule this a false start on. Well, if they're talking about encroachment on Los Alamos.
It could be. That was over there on that far side.
That's what they're calling.
So they're going to call the Toppers offside, so that negates the 4th down call.
Yeah, and so the 5-yard penalty, and they needed 4. So it goes to the 18.
So 1st down. So new set of downs here for the Sun Devils, and again threatening. If the Sun Devils can push this one in, Gene, they're going to be right back in this ball game.
Yeah, they are. 21-0. They should have had a touchdown on that one drive that stalled at the 2-yard line. Actually stalled at the 4. They started at the 2. Chacon now running to his right. He's going to air it out. He's got a man wide open. And Ollie Fell. So rolling to his right, and they made it look like it was going to be another one of those full sweep around the right side. And all of a sudden he just stopped, and he just fires one over into the corner of the end zone to Ollie Fell, and a beautiful catch by Ollie. And so the Sun Devils are on the board, 21-6. And now we'll see exactly what Santiago Archuleta wants to do. I'm not sure. He is going to let looks like Luis Cuevas, I guess.
No, I'm not sure what they. No, I think they're going for 2.
They're going to go for 2.
I thought they were going to kick it.
Yeah, that's what they looked like it. Oh, the same play once again.
Was he in? He was in. He does a toe dance. Fell on the end line. Does a toe dance. I think he only got 1 foot down, but that's all you need in high school. And that 2-point conversion is good.
Yeah,
so,
I was looking at he caught it, and then he was just tiptoeing down the back end of the end zone. And I was watching the official that was looking right at him. I was waiting for him to make a signal. He didn't, but one of the other officials on the other side did. But anyway, Mike, nice drive and a nice play. And it's right now it was Nate Chacon and Ollie Fell. That was the combination.
It really was. Back to the touchdown throw, Gene. Boy, that was set up so well. It looked to everybody on the field, and certainly looked to me like they were running that sweep again with Chacon. But Fell just leaked out and went toward the corner. Nobody with him. He had everybody fooled, and just an easy toss.
So the Hilltoppers pick up the kick, and now coming down the left sideline, and he's going to go all the way and into the end zone for the touchdown. And he just picked it up about the 25-yard line and just headed down, and that was Malachi Gutierrez. He's about the 25-yard line, and he just picked it up. It was a short kick. He picked it up on the bounce, and then he was right in the middle of the field, and he just cut to his left side. and there was a big, I mean, the middle of the field was just jam-packed, and he just cut around everybody. Headed to the sideline, there wasn't anybody on the sideline. And it was interesting, Mike, as the Espanola fans below us, they, as he was, when he got about the 10-yard line, one of the Espanola fans below us yelled out, "Are you kidding me?" So
wow. Yeah, no. So a bouncer picked up right around the 25-yard line. Gutierrez cut it out to the near sideline, and like you said, there was just nothing in front of him.
Anybody over there.
So yeah, I don't know if the kick coverage team just misread it, or the kick was supposed to go in another direction, but they were all toward the far sideline. There was nothing here on the near sideline, and Gutierrez just turned on the afterburners and went in untouched.
Los Alamos is taking a timeout. Oh, is there a flag?
Yeah, there was a penalty.
Okay.
Boy, you just haven't seen too many of those in this ball game.
Okay, so that moves the ball back to the 8-yard line.
And a 2-point conversion coming up here.
Yeah,
is this out of Sally's range? What?
I guess it is. Well, they have a different formation here this time.
Trips to the right.
Yeah. So it's Jacob Green, and the pass is complete in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So they had to go from the 8-yard line instead of the 3-yard line. And coming up with that pass that time, Jeremiah Hertzall. So Hertzall's having quite a night here, Mike. But I mean, it's just that just really breaks your back. You got Espanola. I mean, had an extremely good drive. That drive down the field to the touchdown was a great drive for the Sun Devils, and it really looked good. And they did a really good job. And they get back in this ball game is 21-7, or 21-8 actually.
Yeah, cut it down to 2 scores. Very, very manageable. Plenty of time left. You know, they got some momentum going, and then a 75-yard untouched kick return there by Malachi Gutierrez, and boy, that's going to be tough for the Sun Devils to bounce back from.
A little bit. So Sally's going to kick it away, Sally Hopkins, and it's going to go out of bounds. And that's a illegal procedure penalty. Can't do that, Sally.
No, Sally, you cannot do that. I don't think the Toppers have ever kicked the ball out of bounds before, though, Gene.
I think probably first time I've seen it in the last 30 years. Well, let's see what option that Espanola decides to come up with. They can move Sally back 5 yards and make her kick again, but then take her out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Of course, duh. Anyway, and then they can take it on the 35-yard line, but they decide they're going to back Sally up to her own 35 and then have her kick it away again. So illegal procedure is the signal.
By the way, and for our not regular Topper fans, that was a complete joke. I think in the 2017 season, I don't think we had one kickoff that didn't go out of bounds.
Well, that was the plan. The plan was to kick them out of bounds. That way they couldn't run it back.
That worked out perfectly.
Sally boots this one away. Boy, she got her foot into that one. Ollie Fell takes it, and he's still going up around the 30-yard line. But so they're going to spot it around the 31. So they essentially lose 4 yards on their decision.
That was Sally's best kickoff of the night by a long shot.
I mean,
that was a pretty good kick.
Yes, it really was. And she booted it down. They were going to put it to 31. They could have had it at the 35. So that decision cost the Sun Devils 4 yards.
That they're not going to get back. They will never get those 4 yards back, Jim.
Never, ever, ever. And, you got to live with that. 7:57 remaining in the third quarter. Los Alamos leading 29-8 over the Sun Devils. And the Sun Devils right now to start things off from the 31-yard line. 1st and 10. in their own territory.
And we're going to have an illegal substitution once again on the Sun Devils.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
One of the Sun Devils trying to run off the field late. 12 men in the huddle. You cannot do that.
No, it's a illegal substitution all the way. So 5-yard penalty is going to move it back to the 26-yard line. So if they're taking it to 35, then butterfly effect, they probably wouldn't have had that penalty. Air it out, and ball bouncing everywhere. It's almost, well, it hit Ollie Fell, bounced away from him, and then it was just kind of bouncing around. And I think that was diving for it for Los Alamos, and almost had it with Roland Esch.
Boy, there was a bunch of guys right there, and that ball hung up for a while.
Yes, it did.
So scary moment there for the Sun Devils, but Topper's unable to pull it in. Second down 15 coming up from the 26-yard line.
So loaded backfield again on that spread. Chacon takes the pass. He's going to try to get it upfield, trying to get it up to this time. I don't think he was going for Ollie this time.
No, I don't think he was. It looked like in the area was Osvaldo Erives.
Yes.
And that pass a little bit offline. But, yeah, that might be the first time that they did not target Fell in this ball game.
Yeah, it was just a few yards to the side of him. But the pass definitely, went to Osvaldo. This time we're going to put 3 men back on that spread. So it's a normal shotgun at this point with 2 blockers. Ollie Fell goes in motion. And they're going to have a little inside handoff to Luis Cuevas. Cuevas around the right side. And he was hit. Cuevas is a big kid. Alexander Pasulka made the stop, but he paid the price because as Cuevas came around, and then it was a nice tackle there by Pasulka because he hit him down around the knees, but Cuevas is so big, he didn't exactly go down right now, but Pasulka did stop him, but he learned just how big Cuevas is.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a mismatch there.
So out of the shotgun again, Ollie Fell goes in motion from the right to the left, and right now the ball carrier is going to be Adric De Leon, and Adric is going to get it up to, let's see, they're going to put it down at the.
It's like about the 37, so about a 1-yard pickup.
So that's going to make it now. So where are we?
So I believe we are at 3rd down.
Well,
no, something happened. Was that 4th down?
It can't be 4th down.
Well, the Topper offense is on the field now. I don't know what happened.
I never saw a fumble or anything like that.
What
the Toppers do have it right now. Jacob Green toward the end zone. Wide open. Oh, my. Holy mackerel.
Kenny Suazo on the right side, wide open. Never saw the ball. He was looking for it, just never got his eye on it.
No. And he was wide open inside the 5-yard line. And another touchdown for Los Alamos. But Jacob Green aired it out down there, and the Espanola dodged the bullet there, and now we're going to have another timeout, it looks like. This one's going to go with the Espanola. Well, they're dragging all this out as much as they possibly can with the timeouts and the long referee decisions.
So this has been a slow-moving ball game, and then both sides doing a lot of passing.
Yeah,
and that's
right.
going to stop the clock quite a bit as well.
Oh, yes.
But just a reminder, we have soccer first thing in the morning, 10 a.m. tomorrow, Gene.
Exactly.
And be advised that is actually a schedule change.
Yes.
That was originally scheduled for noon at Sullivan Field, and I found out not that much before I just said it.
Yes.
So
yeah, and I had already set my alarm for 10 o'clock in the morning so I could get over there by noon. So,
yeah, well, Gene, sometimes
now I got to get up to crack of dawn.
yeah, at the crack of 9:45. I mean that's well, Gene. We appreciate the sacrifice. We really do.
I know. I hope somebody does. They're going to give it right up to the middle and still going and still going. Boy, beautiful run that time by Tiki Nieto. He just took it right up the middle, and he just danced by 2 or 3 would-be tacklers. And finally, they finally bring him down around the 17-yard line, but he picks up the first down. And right now we have 7:13 remaining here in the third quarter. Los Alamos leading 29-8 over the Sun Devils, and the Hilltoppers knocking on the door once again. So there's that little shovel pass, and that's going to come around to the right side to Kenny Suazo. Suazo trying to get into the end zone, cuts across the inside the 5-yard line. Boy, a nice run. He had some great blocking out in front of him, and they just ran that little shovel. And is there a flag down? No, I don't think so. And
he's going to get all the way inside the 5 to the 4. So 13-yard pickup on that. And that'll go down as a completion, and that is Suazo's first catch of the evening.
Well, that was a pretty play, too, because Kenny lines up on the left side, and he just cuts across toward the right side, and as he's just cutting across, he gets that nice little shovel pass. Jacob's really good at that. Gives him that shovel pass. So now the Hilltoppers running out of that spread once again, coming around to the left side, and the handoff is going to go.
To Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah Hartzell, but the tackle, Mike, was made by Jack Purdy. Just that, boy, he's a tiny little sophomore, but tough kid. That was a nice tackle.
Yeah, he stuck his face right in there, and Jeremiah had all the momentum coming into it, but he was able to drag him down. No gain on the play. Second and goal.
Second and goal from the 4, and they're going to give it to. Well, he fakes it to Tiki, keeps it himself. Jacob Green in the end zone for the touchdown. So beautiful fake, I must say. That was a really good fake with that handoff, and that really drew a lot of the Sun Devils toward Tiki. And then the thing that was interesting about it was that he faked the handoff, and then he stopped. He just kind of stopped a little bit, and like he didn't have the ball anymore, and then all of a sudden just took off up the middle. So he delayed after the handoff. So, I mean, great execution. Here comes Sally. Sally Hopkins. So how Sally hops onto the field, and she's going to kick it away, and she does.
Nice looking kick again.
Nice, very nice. So that makes it now 36-8. Hilltoppers up on the Sun Devils. And what looked like, Mike, going to be a hard-fought second half as the Sun Devils closed it to 21-8. And then that backbreaker run back by Los Alamos, Malachi Gutierrez, all the way down, 75-yard return for a touchdown. And like I say, the Espanola fans in front of us, one of them, as he was running.
Summed it up very well.
Are you kidding me?
So
yeah, I thought that was perfect. So, Sally will kick it away. Sally Hopkins, nice boot.
Good kick again by Sally.
Taking Ollie fell at inside the 20-yard line, and now he's going down there. Sally's the only one that has a chance. He goes around Sally down the left sideline, and he's going to head into the end zone for the touchdown. Ollie fell. So a nice kick by Sally down around the 20-yard line. Come to Ollie Fell, and then he just went to his left. He did the same thing, exactly the same thing that Malachi Gutierrez did. Exactly. Malachi took it and went to his left, down the left sideline. This time Ollie takes it, and then he heads over to his left, and then nothing but green all the way down that left sideline.
79 yards for Fell. And like I was saying earlier, Fell doesn't look like he's that fast when he's running, but I haven't seen anybody catch him yet.
No, not at all.
And he just took off, and he got around the far corner, and the Toppers were kind of bunched up in the middle. They couldn't get through. And actually, pretty good blocking, but Fell able to turn the corner. Sally, the only one there, and he outraced her down the sideline.
If I was Sally, I would have let him outrace me too. I don't think if I was Sally Hopkins, I would try to tackle Ollie Fell.
No, that would be that'd be a tough sell for me as well.
Yeah.
But 79 yards, and just like that. So let's see what the Sun Devils want to do here. They still got quite the hill to climb, but that's going to help a little bit. And boy, I tell you what, Ollie Fell. And we saw him in basketball last year, and he was an absolute menace.
I knew he was going to be trouble. When we watched him play basketball, and he killed us on that basketball court.
And out here coming out for football, and good start to his football season with a very, very nice run back. That is actually his second touchdown of this ball game.
So it's going to come to Nate Chacon, and he's going to be clobbered right away. Boy, I mean, charging through for Los Alamos and wasting no time was Alicio Valdez. And boy, nobody touched him. I mean, the snap came to Nate, and about the time, and I'm telling you, old Alicio, I think he got there about the same time as the ball.
Yeah, the snap a little bit low, and Chacon had to go down low for it, and he never got back up.
So 5:37, Mike, remaining here in the third quarter. Golly Moses, and let's see, it's 9:08 right now. Yeah, we're well on pace for a 10 o'clock evening. Yes, we are. We certainly are. Wow. So
36-14. So big possession here, a big offensive possession for the Toppers, and a big defensive possession for the Sun Devils. If the Sun Devils can get a stop and get, some decent field position here, they'll have a chance to get back in this ball game again. On the flip side, if the Toppers can do something with this possession and turn it into points, they can almost shut the door on this contest.
Yeah, so we're ready to go once again, and so kicking away will be Luis Cuevas. And
oh boy, nothing about that.
I don't know what in the world.
That was. It looked like it went about the distance of an onside kick, but I don't think that's what Luis meant to do.
That's what I wondered. I was wondering if that was an intention, but so
it went about 8 yards, but it went straight to the sideline, and it went out of bounds. So it behooved the Toppers just to take their option and take the ball where it went out of bounds, because it went out of bounds in Sun Devil territory.
Yes. And yes, it did. And so, like Mike said, about 8 yards up the field. So I don't know, Mike. It was either, I don't know which you say, that it was a bad kick or a bad onside. I'm not sure which.
I saw no indication that Luis meant to onside that.
No.
So I think he just topped it and just did not work out for him.
And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. So it's going to come back now. Jacob Green dropping back. You're going to air it. A little swing pass out to the left side. To Tiki Nieto. And who's there? Jack Purdy. And that Purdy tackle.
That was a nice tackle. And Purdy probably the smallest guy on the field. But that was a stick.
He's the only thing we know about him is he's a sophomore. And he's not a big kid. But he's not afraid of it. He's certainly not afraid of anything. So Hilltoppers will line up in that spread formation and in motion. Going to go Kenny Suazo. Gets that little shovel pass. He's going to inside the 40-yard line. He's going to pick up a nice gain that time. So Kenny Suazo once again with that shovel pass. And the Hilltoppers, that shovel pass has worked really, really well here tonight for Los Alamos. And the Hilltoppers now have it down to the 35-yard line of the Sun Devils. And we have 4:45 and counting here in the third quarter, 36-14. Hilltoppers up.
14-yard pickup there for Suazo. And that has been a very, very effective play.
Now they try that shovel pass again. And this time the shovel went to Jeremiah Hartzog, and he couldn't hang on. Bounced right off of his chest, up about 5 yards, and then right there to fall on it. And I do believe that was a Jose Castillo, I believe.
This should not be a fumble. That was a forward pass.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Good thinking, man.
Yeah, that was a forward pass. That was a shovel pass. That was, so this should be an incomplete pass. And let's see I don't know what they're calling here.
It looks like they're.
It looks like the Toppers are getting the ball back. That is the correct call. That was an incomplete pass.
Yes, good thinking, Mike. First game. Jacob Green into the end zone he goes, and a beautiful catch down around the 2 or 3 yard line, but he doesn't make it into the end zone, I don't believe.
No, he actually had to go. He actually had to roll down to pick up to catch the pass, but that is a catch inside the 1, and I think that was Gutierrez.
Yeah, Malachi.
Wow, what a catch!
That's a fantastic catch, and he went up in the air to catch it, and he came down, and as he came down, he rolled down to the ground, and then the official rules that he came down at the 1 yard line. So the Hilltoppers now have it first and goal from the 1. They go straight up the middle. They don't go anywhere. And the ball carrier for Los Alamos that time. And
not sure who that was.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was either. That was a straight up the middle. I think the handoff went to Tiki Nieto. But anyway, it's going to be essentially no gain on the play. Second down and goal from the 1. And now the ball's on the ground. And Jacob Green falls on it. So the snap gets away from Jacob Green. And way back. Where they were on the 1. And now they're back to.
Looks like it was 7.
Yeah, the 7. And it's third down and goal. So it's third and goal from the 7. So
it wasn't a terrible snap. I think Green just didn't get the handle on it.
Yeah, so they'll run it off again. Comes to Jacob. They're going to go. There's that shovel pass to the left side. This time it's going to go to Jeremiah Hartzog. And Hartzog is going to be pulled down at the 1 yard line. And making the stop that time was Absaldo Arribas. He pulled him down. So Hilltoppers are back exactly where they were before. They had first and goal from the 1. Now they got fourth and goal from the 1. So here we go.
So no punt team out here, Gene.
I'm surprised they didn't bring Sally in, kick a field goal. And they're going to,
oh, no.
All kinds of confusion.
I think they're going to say
the
Sun Devils called
a timeout.
They called a timeout first. And I think that bailed Los Alamos out because there was a lot of movement up front pre-snap.
It was terrible. The way that thing was going, I didn't think they had an absolute, even any chance to get that thing into the end zone.
Whatever was about to happen was not going to be pretty. But the Sun Devils given the timeout. I believe that's their second of the half already.
Yeah, and we have 2:13 remaining in the third quarter.
So a huge play here for the Sun Devils. They need this stop. And to be honest, Gene, I think I'd kick the field goal here.
Well, it wouldn't be a bad idea. give Sally some practice. And
well, that would put the Toppers up 25.
Yeah.
That's 4 scores.
And this, it's right in her range. That's what I would do. Let Sally kick it away.
Toppers going to go for the touchdown, and now if they do score this touchdown, Jane, I'm not going to say it's over, but it'd be very, very difficult for the Sun Devils to come back.
And so, nice play that time.
Oh, that's academic.
Yes, as went to Jeremiah Hartzall, but usually if you're going to have a handoff, like if you're going to give it to the back coming over to your right, then you usually just kind of swing around with that inside handoff. And Jacob Green did a complete spin around and then handed the ball to him. You don't see that very often.
No, that was
spun around to his left and came around and handed him the ball.
That was a counter tray handoff, but there was no counter action.
No.
So it was it ended up just being a straight handoff. But in any event, Sally puts her kick up, and it is good. And that's going to make the score 43-14. 2:09 remaining here in the third quarter. So Toppers up big heading into the late stages of this third quarter. So if you can stick around with us till 11:45 or so when this game wraps up, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Los Alamos Daily Post and their broadcast of Hilltopper football season opener for the Toppers, and going pretty well so far. Topper offense has shown us a few things that we just have not seen
ever before. So here we go. Sally Hopkins approaches the ball. She's going to boot it away. Nice kick. Wow.
Whoa.
Kicks are getting better and better. Taking it to 20-yard line. This is Jack Purdy. Purdy trying to come down the right sideline. Gets it across the 30. Took it to at the 20. Brings it back about 11, maybe 12 yards. And then he's immediately wrapped up and brought down. And coming in and making the stop for Los Alamos that time, Alicio Valdez.
And but I got to tell you, Gene, I think Sally Hopkins has a new job. I think she is their number one K1.
Oh yes, exactly. She's just, every kick she's been kicking, it gets longer and longer. Her first kicks of the game was they were fairly short, maybe 20, 25 yards, but boy, she's putting the boot now back on that one. That one sailed. She kicks it from the 40. And she gets it down. So that was 40 yards in the air. And, of course, it was still going. So Luis Cuevas takes the handoff, and he's going to be wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Good penetration by Los Alamos. And leading the way for the Hilltoppers that time was Elijah Alvarez, along with Roland Esch. So they just said nothing doing. And Cuevas is throwing for a pretty good loss.
He's going to lose 5 on that one. So 2nd and 15 coming up for the Sun Devils. So the Sun Devils have had, except initially, have had limited success running to the edges. Most of their running success has gone up the middle. And, with a guy like Cuevas, I think you just want to pound that in there.
Yeah, so Nate Chacon airing it out to Ollie Fell. Fell catches it. He's going to go all the way. And there goes Ollie. So
Ollie gets on the trolley for wow, that was
another great pass that time by Nate Chacon. But I'm telling you, he hit Ollie on a dead run. And boy, you hit somebody like Ollie on a dead run, you could just forget it.
Yeah, absolutely. 73 yards.
Wow.
On that one. And again, just kind of a curl and go on that one, and nothing fancy. Again, Ollie just gotten behind everybody, and Chacon just laid the ball in as well as it could have been, and that was that.
I'm not sure when we've had this many points in a ball game with the Hilltoppers. 43-20, they're going to go for 2 again. And this time they get it to Ollie.
He got it.
And he guts it. Cutting toward the corner, and he was on a dead run again. And he caught it, and boy, he was right at the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And he just had to get that 1 foot down, which he did. So 105 remains here in the third quarter, 43-22. So, Mike, I don't know. This thing isn't over yet.
It is not over yet. And, boy, Toppers need to roll a safety or something over to Phil's side because he has just been – he's been their primary target. There's no doubt about where they're going with it, but he keeps getting open.
Yeah.
He was wide open on that last play. And so Toppers are going to need some safety help up top or do something to roll somebody to that side because they can't let Ollie do that. He is just absolutely tearing them apart right now.
Yeah, I mean, he just essentially has run of the field, actually.
And it looks like he's going to sit him down and give him a breather, and much needed breather, I'm sure. Ollie has had very, very busy evening.
He certainly has. And so Luis Cuevas once again will kick. His last kick was a disaster. Let's see what this one goes. Boy, there's a line drive down to the 30-yard line, fumbled by Los Alamos, picked it up coming down the right sideline. They're going to bring it into Sun Devil territory. And I'm trying to see who that ball carrier was.
That might have been Josh Dudon.
Yeah. So, yeah, he came right to him, and he fumbled it. He caught it, fumbled it, picked it up, and took off. And he gets it down to the 48-yard line.
But no, that was a line drive. That was a line drive off of that Otani guy's bat. I mean, that was straight at him, and actually did pretty good just to get it up off the ground and do something with it. But nice return.
Yes, it really was. And they're in Sun Devil territory at the 48-yard line. And so Jeremiah Hartzog now comes out. He sets up in the slot on the left side. And now he goes in motion to the right side. And they fake the handoff to him. And then now and then they turn around and fakes the handoff to him. And then he hands it off coming around from the other side to Josh Duran. And Duran, who made that really nice run back. Boy, nice run by him as he picks up the first down. So a little delay that time. They faked it to Herzog going to the right. And then just a little tiny delay. And then they handed it off to Josh Duran. And the 5'9", 155-pound junior gets it up across the 40-yard line down to the 37. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Los Alamos from the 37. Jacob dropping back in a little bit of trouble. He's going to air it out. He's got a man open in the end zone for the catch.
Oh.
And that's Jeremiah Herzog.
Right at the goal line, just a heave from Green, and Herzog just playing center field out there, and just kind of a one-on-one battle. Might have been a little shove involved there, Gene, to get some extra space, but Herzog pulls it down and right at the goal line for the touchdown, and I did not see how far that was.
7 seconds remain, and Sally Hopkins will boot it away for Los Alamos. I think we had an offside, but boy.
Nice kick.
She just gets stronger and stronger. I mean, the first couple of kicks that she just attempted for the extra point, I mean, they barely made it over the bar. Now this thing is coming down, like you say, clear out almost in the other parking lot. Wow.
That was a rifle shot
Yes,
off of Hopkins' foot. She is, just in the course of this game, that
had been a fairly good distant field goal.
Yeah, you could have backed her up, I think, a good 20 yards, and I think she would have made it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So Sally
So yeah, I think she's earned herself a job tonight.
Boy, she sure has. Wow. 7 seconds to go in the third quarter. 50-22. There's a nice kick by
Whoa.
Sally again. That's going to go down to the 10-yard line, picked up there by Jack Purdy. And Purdy's going to bring it across the 25-yard line. And then he's going to be hit and dropped there for the Hilltoppers.
Late flag, and that might be a late hit on Los Alamos.
Yeah, coming in to make the stop that time was Aiden Cooley. And let's see what they're going to say. Is this going to be a personal foul? Yes.
Yeah, one of the toppers looked like he came in late. And
no, you can't do that to Jack Purdy. He's the smallest guy.
Yeah, I know. You know,
on the field.
You know, if you're going to hit somebody late, pick a big guy.
Yeah,
you know, don't
go after Cuevas or something.
Yeah, pick on somebody your own size.
2.3 seconds. Unbelievable.
Not in the game in the third quarter.
In the third quarter.
50-22.
Yeah, we're about to move into another time zone. So here we go with 2.3 seconds to go. And Molly Fell goes in motion. And snap is low. Jacob Green airs it out to Ollie once again. This one is, oh my heavens. I'm telling you, that was right smack in the gut that time of Malachi Gutierrez.
Yeah, right there. He looked like he was running the route. Hit him right in the hands and could not pull it in.
And that'll bring the third quarter to an end already. and it's only 9:30.
Boy, time is just flying by. What's going on?
It seemed like we just got here.
So, wow, the two teams combined, Gene, in that quarter for 51 points.
Jeez. I know, and look at that. 72 points scored. The last time we saw the game with Los Alamos when the two teams combined for 72 points.
We saw that in the probably a mid to late 80s, Gene. Unfortunately, that was all one team scoring the 70-ish points. I was on the sideline for that Albuquerque High game, Gene. That was a bit of a fiasco. I recall that one very, very well.
Yeah, 77-0. I broadcast that game.
I'm sure that broadcast went great.
Oh yeah, it was really fun. I mean, he still had his toward the end of the game. He still had his first string in there.
Yeah. You know, 3 minutes left in the game. Every last one of Albuquerque's starters were still in the game.
Yeah, unbelievable.
He didn't even think about pulling them.
No. So there's a pass that's going to be complete over on the right side. And I believe that was Jack Purdy. Yes, it was. So once again, they get it to Nate Chacon, and he just takes a step back and then fires it. Gets it up to Jack Purdy. Purdy picks up the first down. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Sun Devils. And Ollie Phil taking a little time to get back to the huddle. But in fact, he never got back to the huddle. He was almost there, and he's turned around and set up. So he's now over there at a split end on the right side.
So it's either coming to me or it isn't. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. So I can see now why Ollie didn't worry about it. They're going to go to the left. Luis Cuevas trying to turn the corner. Can't turn the corner. And boy, beautiful tackle that time. Boy, coming in pretty. And that was Carter Haig. That was a nice tackle. And he did it all by himself.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of help on that side.
No, it wasn't.
But
I
believe that's enough for a first down. Move the chains. 48-yard line of the Toppers. 11 minutes remaining. So any second now. We want to welcome all of our West Coast West Coast audience in. I'm sure.
Yes.
The Dodger game or whatever is over by now.
So they sticking to the ground for the moment anyway. They hand it off to Cuevas, and Cuevas goes over the left side, and making the stop that time for Los Alamos is Nicholas Ray, as he came in, and also helping him out was Elijah Alvarez. So the
Toppers putting some of their second string in the ball game now, and minimal gain there for Luis.
So Ollie Fell goes out, sets up as a wide receiver. Now he comes in motion from the right to the left, and he's going to get the pass, which is going to be way overthrown. I mean, Ollie stopped. And so Nate was expecting him to just race down that sideline. And I don't know, for some reason, Ollie just pulled up.
Yeah, he wasn't hurt. It looks like he just broke off the route.
Yes, he did.
And Chacon not expecting him to do that.
Ollie doesn't look real energetic at the moment.
Well, he's been sprinting quite a bit today. I don't know if he's got a whole lot left in the gas tank.
Yeah, he may not have. So he lines up once again as that wide receiver over on the right side. He's going to go in motion again. So let's see what they're going to do. And this time they're going to right up the middle to Cuevas. And so Cuevas taking it up to Luis Cuevas. And he's going to pick up, maybe a couple of yards. That should bring up third down, I do believe.
Actually, I think fourth down coming up here.
Fourth down, actually. So fourth down, 9:40 remaining. There's 9:40 minutes remaining, and that's game time. Keep in mind. 50-22 is the score. We are in the fourth quarter, 9:25 and counting. And Espanola, Nate Chacon. Here he goes once again to Ollie Fell. And Fell pulls it in. Boy, beautiful catch by Fell. The thing was, it was overthrown. And about the 15-yard line, it was overthrown. And Fell, he just he just leaned forward. He leaned way forward and let that ball came down, and he just barely caught it. Stretched those hands out there, got it at the 15-yard line, and then he just headed into the end zone.
He needed all 6'6" of him plus his wingspan, 46 yards for the touchdown, 9:14 remaining. And Ollie Fell, that is his third touchdown of this ball game. No, his fourth touchdown. Yeah. He also had the kick return. So a big, huge night for him. He's limping a little bit.
He really is. He's been walking.
That has all the earmarks of a cramp there, Gene.
Yeah, he's been walking pretty slow. Chacon gets the ball, and they're gonna go for two, but the pass is short of the end zone. It was actually caught that time by Adric De Leon, but he wasn't in the end zone. Got pulled down at the 2-yard line.
Yep. So no good on the 2-point conversion, but Fell is definitely he's having some leg issues, and frankly surprised he was in on that last play.
Yeah, and Mike, the way he's walking too is that I think you're right. It looks definitely
that's got cramp written all over it.
Yes, it does.
And those are no fun, and these are ripe cramp conditions, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Warm night, and he has been sprinting sprinting up and down this field. Yeah, he's gonna get a massage or something there. That's definitely a leg cramp.
Yes, it is.
So actually, I think I'd hide his helmet at this point. You know what? You've done what you can do today, Ollie. So
9:14 remaining, and So Luis Cuevas will kick it away for the Sun Devils. 50-28 is the score. Hilltopper's up by 22. 78 points have been scored in this ball game. 9-14, and Cuevas kicks it away.
And plenty of time left. Plenty of time left.
Picked up inside the 20-yard line, about the 18. Coming around the right side, still going. Boy, beautiful run that time. Still going, and all the way down the field, boy. And I tell you, that was Malachi Gutierrez.
Wow. And he got hit about 4 times.
Yeah, he really
could not
did.
bring him down. And then finally, Kevin Coffin for the Sun Devils was able to drag him down close to the 35-yard line. See where they actually marked this. Oh,
Yeah,
we have a
the
block in the back.
Oh, God. He started at the 18. So, boy, nice run, but forget all that.
Yeah, none of that happened. So
that's going to cost them.
Wow. So a penalty-filled night here in Espanola. And that's going to take it all the way down to the Topper 30-yard line. They were knocking on the door of the Sun Devil 30-yard line.
Yes, they were.
So big penalty there.
Beautiful run.
Boy, oh boy, that was quite the effort there by Malachi. Like I say, he was kind of bouncing around there by like a pinball, but
yeah, no,
kept his feet moving, and was able to make it into a very nice return.
So 1st and 10 from their own 30, and pass over, a little swing pass over on the left side. It is caught, but then the receiver, I guess he dropped it.
He dropped it, unfortunately.
I thought he had it, but Kenny Suazo.
No, he was open, and just a flat route over there on that side. Should have been pretty easy, but could not haul it in.
Yeah, just a swing pass over to the left, and he should have had that one. Of course, that stops the clock. Got to catch those guys.
Yeah, catch those and stay in bounds. That's really all we need at this point. So 50-28.
I don't understand. They're bringing the ball. Well, I guess maybe this play started from the right hash marks. So they had the ball over on the left side, and then they walked it all the way over. Now the handoff is going to. Wow, whoa. What a hit there by the Sun Devils. They gave it to Hartzog. And, boy, I'm telling you, come in and whacking him that time. A couple of players, but, boy, leading the charge that time was Ed Hernandez. And, boy, I mean, he racked him up.
That was a textbook form tackle.
Oh, God, yes.
And, Hartzell, I think he's still feeling that one. A little surprised he's still in the ball game.
Well, yeah, really. That's the other thing I'm wondering too. Like Luke Gonzalez Luke Gonzalez is he's QB2, and I'm surprised that he's not in the ball game. In fact, I don't think we've seen Luke at all tonight. No, we haven't.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's been on the field yet. So
he's supposed to be QB2, and
so it's something I think Garrett Williams probably needs to think about at this point. I mean, is the ball game 100% over? No, but
Jacobs comes out of the ball game. Well, we're going to kick it away, it looks like. Yeah, so Jeremiah Herzog will boot it away. It's his 4th down and long yardage for Los Alamos.
Well, nobody in the backfield. This is Sun Devils should go after this.
Yeah, they could. So high kick. Moonball.
Oh, and hit one of the toppers in the helmet right around the 45-yard line.
Yes.
And I think that was Josh Dudin, and that was unfortunate. It just took a weird bounce and then bounced right off his helmet. So that is where the ball will be placed. So not bad field position. Still a little bit of time. This game not 100% over, Gene.
No, it's not.
It is unfortunately for the Sun Devils, at least at this point, Dolly Fell has, he's got his helmet on, but he has been,
here he
looks
goes.
like he's had cramp trouble, but
Yeah, he's going back in the ball game.
He's been their big weapon tonight. So we'll see. We'll see how he does. But he's not even walking very well at this point, Gene.
No, he's not. Quick score here could put him within 2 scores. So.
And we're having a zebra conference in the middle of the field.
We had a lot of conferences today.
Yeah, and this hasn't been like, we haven't seen any really crazy calls happen. What's going on? They're gonna have the Toppers re-kick it, I think, or they're gonna replay 4th down. Why? For what purpose?
Unbelievable. That's the second time they've done this.
Yeah, they did that. They did that on a kickoff.
And now they go back and
now they're gonna redo the punt. I don't understand. Why?
Well, unless they must have called some kind of a penalty on Los Alamos, and Espanola decided to back them up 5 yards a kick. But
if that's the case, that's actually not. Sandoval's had very good field position.
They did. They had great field position.
I can't imagine they're going to get a lot better field position after this.
So, Hartzog back in punt formation, and all kinds of delays here. Okay, we're finally ready to go, and Hartzog back. He will kick it away for Los Alamos. And that little rugby kick goes off the side of his foot. Well, and picked up at the 30-yard line, down the left sideline at the 5. And that was Jack Purdy.
No, that was
Adric De Leon.
Yeah, boy, that went right off the side of his foot. That went about maybe 10 yards, and De Leon on that side picked it up, ran it inside the 5, and I think he's going to get a penalty on top of it.
Yeah, he was. There's a flag right there.
I think it was a helmet-to-helmet contact.
Oh, my God, yes. He was, it went off the side of his foot and came down around the 30. And then De Leon coming in from the left side, he just took it off the bounce on the run, headed down that left sideline. I thought he was going all the way. Let's see, are they giving the signal yet?
Yeah, so it was looked like a personal foul. So half the distance to the goal line. So
wow.
Just like I said, Gene, great decision to accept that penalty.
That's what I would have done.
That's exactly what should have happened.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised that everybody was even questioning it.
I know.
So here we go, 1st and goal. Chacon on that sweep, and he pushes his blocker in front of him. And he's going to make it down to about the 1-yard line. He was trying to make the turn. His blocker was in front of him, so he just pushed his blocker in the back. and he finally got it down to around I think it's inside the 1-yard line. And they're wasting no time lining up. And Chacon's going to pass it over to Fell, wide open inside. So wide open in the end zone was Aldi Fell. And Mike, suddenly it's 50-34. We're within 2 scores. And this ball game is not over.
This ball game is absolutely not over.
You know,
the clock obviously has just been roaring by tonight, but still enough time for 2 possessions here.
I know. Every time I look at the clock, I think I'm looking at the national debt clock. It's just zinging by. 6:33 to go, and right now it's 50-34. And
let's see what they want to do. Actually, they just threw the tee out. I think they're going to kick this.
Yeah, going to kick it. That'll make it.
It's actually a very little consequence. This particular conversion.
Well, they could make it a 15-point game, a 2-point. There's the flag. Of course, we have a flag.
Holy moly! What was that?
I don't know, but the flag was thrown. They let the play go, and so we're going to illegal procedure. That's
Well,
Well,
that's a dead ball penalty. That is not that. And so the Toppers are gonna decline the penalty. I didn't think it was something you could decline. That's a pre-snap thing.
yeah, unless it's not unless it wasn't something in the line, because the referee threw it and he was back behind on the left side.
Well, I guess there could have been not enough people on the line of scrimmage or something like that,
yeah.
which is technically the same thing,
Right.
which the Toppers could decline if they so chose.
Yes.
But in any event, still a two possession game here.
Yep.
So
Yep.
interestingly enough, we're still not done here, and
not by a long shot. 50-34. I cannot believe what a shootout this has turned into.
Not the game I was expecting at all.
No.
But in any event, over here on the Sun Devil sideline on the near side, they're still working on Feld's calf there, and I imagine they're going to be doing that for a while. Every second that he doesn't need to be on the field, he'll be getting that treatment, like they're rolling out a tortilla or something on his calf. But
yeah, he got the rolling pin out.
yeah, that's how you do it. And I got to tell you, Gene, from personal experience, that feels great. I love every second of that.
Is that right?
Did
you fake cramp once in a while?
Yeah, it's just wonderful.
I mean, did you? Well, the ball is here somewhere. So the ball comes down to Jeremiah Herzog.
Still on his feet.
Yeah, all the way across the midfield stripe. But the interesting thing was that he caught the ball and then he dropped it, and then he didn't know where it was. And he kept. Yes, Rudy.
I'm starting to think our friend Rudy there disagrees with one of the calls on the field.
Apparently.
I'm starting to think, I'm getting that sense that he does.
Yeah. Rudy and Richard Garcia are buddies from KDC.
And boy, oh boy, and
so Jacob Green, the ball carrier, and just a direct snap back to him, and then he tried to go over left end, and he essentially goes nowhere. Maybe picked up a yard, maybe.
Yeah. So, by the way, Gene, and for everybody listening, we are currently sitting in the Richard Martinez press box.
That's exactly right.
At the Espanola Valley football field for Richard at Cadice, and wow, I mean, he just does a fantastic job there, and I've said it before, I can't think of a guy more deserving of an honor like that than Richard.
He's been, he's been behind this Espanola high school sports. I mean, he really gets behind them. And I mean, he's a great guy, and my God, he loves Espanola sports. And boy, he's been a supporter. He goes everywhere to broadcast. I mean, he's good people, really good people.
Absolutely, great guy.
So Jacob Green, and there goes the flag.
That was thrown from the sideline over here.
Yeah, I know it. He's 50 yards away from the play. And then we don't get very good signals from the ref. Let's see what he's going to do.
Nothing.
Picking up the flag. It just flew out of his pocket.
Yeah, just, the official on the sideline just had not gotten it. He was tardy to the party. He fell left out.
I think he was going to blow his nose and didn't realize it was the...
Yeah, that's not a Kleenex. Oh, man. Sometimes you just can't catch a break.
4:57, Mike, remains, and the clock going here in the fourth quarter. Los Alamos is going to boot it away. Nice kick by Jeremiah Hartzog. This one's going to bounce, going to roll, and finally Los Alamos is going to stop it at the 21-yard line, at the 16-yard line. Nice kick by Jeremiah.
Yes, very, very nice. 4:38 remaining, long field here for the Sun Devils. So the Toppers basically I hate to say it, but the way, with the Sun Devils throwing the ball and getting it to Fell, their best option right now is to go into the prevent defense.
Yeah, oh, really?
And there's nobody on earth that hates the prevent defense more than me, but I think that's probably the right call at this point.
Yeah, and of course
just keep Fell on the, between the 20s and let the clock run.
So the pass now is going to be trying down the left sideline, and the pass is going to go to Osvaldo Arribas. But pass is short. He can't get to it. But that does stop the clock. 4:33. It's interesting, Mike, because not last year, but they started actually in 2015 when Espanola won the district. They had that really, really good football team here. And they were going to go undefeated, and they lost to Los Alamos, and they were heavily favored over Los Alamos. And they went 9-1 for the season. There's a pass to Fell. Oh, he had it in his hands and couldn't hang on.
Right off the fingertips of the 45-yard line. I thought he was going to haul that in. Yes. But no, I remember that 2015 team, and I got to watch the Sun Devils a couple of times, and they played some fairly decent competition that year, and they looked very, very sharp at just about everything they did.
Yeah, they did, and they won the district easily. But for some reason, Los Alamos was kind of struggling that year, and anyway, they took on Espanola and beat them pretty handily, and that was the only loss of the year for Espanola. And then in a couple of subsequent seasons after that, as they line up, and they're going to put Fell in motion again as they line up in that spread offense. Ball's on the ground, and the Hilltoppers the Hilltopper was on it, and let's see if he was able to hang on to it. Kind of squirted away from him. Yes, he was, and coming off the bottom of the pile, let's see. I think the recovery was by Abram Chacon.
Wow, what a play!
Yeah, so the ball got loose, and Abram goes in there. He was in there right away, dove on it. Then the ball kind of squirted away from him, but he was able to hang on to it. But right now, Mike, we're looking at the ball at the 8-yard line. No, wow. Wait, 6-yard line.
Yeah, at the 6-yard line.
Whoa.
4:21, and that is, this might be a little premature, but I think that may do it.
This could be the nail in the coffin.
We'll see what the Toppers want to do. Even I think I'm sure they're going to try to punch it in, and that it's going to be an
illegal substitution.
Been quite a few of those. I think that's the first one on Los Alamos. The Sun Devils have had 3, I believe.
Yeah, and for some reason, and I'm not sure what it was all about, but Kenny Suazo coming in to the ball game. No, it's Josh Duran, sorry. And then he came running across from the other sideline. And then as soon as he set up, they threw the flag. Now the officials are going to talk about it. Saying, are you sure you did the right thing? They're having a nice little discussion. But what I was saying is that after that particular year, then Espanola actually had some decent teams. But for about 2 years in a row that Espanola had Los Alamos. I mean, they had them beat. And no two ways about it was Espanola going to lose that ball game. And they started playing not to lose. Instead of being aggressively, they were doing just great. So they're going to hand it off this time. They're going to give it to Josh Duran. Duran trying to come around the left side. And Mike, it looked like if he was kind of going up, and if he'd just cut up field, I think he would have gone.
I think it looked like he had a crease there. Yeah, had he just turned up field, but kept going toward the sideline. And I don't know if he thought he saw something on the corner there, but he just couldn't get there. But pickup of about actually pretty minimal pickup there.
Jacob Green back there all by himself. Herzog goes in motion. He's going to air it out, and the pass is going to be complete. And pulling it in this time, Jeremiah Herzog. So that was the plan. So the Hilltoppers pile it up again, 56-34 with 3:38 remaining. And I think if I was Espanola, I'd go into the victory formation.
Wow. Well,
Well, the Hilltoppers they're going to let Sally kick it away.
yep. Sally's right. Why not?
Yeah,
Let's see if she can hit the scoreboard from here.
Really? Well, they come in. They tried for the block. Boy, they came.
No, they're throwing the kitchen sink at Sally, but unfazed.
They brought the house. I'm telling you.
She was unfazed, and she boots it through for extra point. So
didn't bother her a bit.
No, great night for her.
Yeah, she had the same attitude when she watched Ollie Fell run by her, like, not my problem.
Yep, that's. I'm looking at my job description. I do not see that listed anywhere. So
yeah, I didn't look at my job to tackle a 200-pound, 6'6" guy running down the field. So anyway, 3:38, Mike, remaining, and it's 57-34. My heavens!
Wow, just definitely not the game I thought we were in for. I was thinking more like 21-14, something like that. But
91 points scored. We could.
100 is not out of the question.
No, it is not. Los Alamos is offsides. And they didn't throw the flag.
They didn't throw the flag. They were clearly offside.
Yeah,
they weren't even close.
They had to. Whoa!
Holy fell with the. I'd call it a stiff arm, but that was just that was almost like a WWF move there, trying to play like a hip toss or something like that.
He just instead of, like you say, stiff arm, he just stuffed up and grabbed him by the jersey on his chest, and then he just kind of threw him down.
So I think a little bit of frustration there for Ollie, but Ollie fell, and like you said, we saw him in basketball last year, and he was a force to be reckoned with.
No, he tore us apart.
And his football debut here for the Sun Devils, absolutely nothing to sneeze at.
No, 3:31 remaining here in the quarter, and a pass upfield intended for Jack Purdy, and this one is. Let's see. No, it wasn't Purdy. It was Osvaldo Arribas. And the pass is incomplete. So, yeah, I'm sure our audience is still glued to the radio.
Oh, I have no doubt of that. So, just. Back and forth, heart-wrenching contest here.
Oh, yeah. There he goes. Whoa.
Oh, I thought he was going to get free again, Gene. That pass about another 2 yards over to the right, and I think he pulls that in.
Yeah, but he pulled up.
Well, he's Ollie clearly slowed down. By that by that cramp and everything else, and he's just been all over the field.
That was a good pass. It was right to where Ollie should have been, and Ollie at the last second just kind of slowed down.
And he did not make it back in time for the huddle either. No. So he just doesn't have anything left in the tank.
No, this whole quarter he's been. Now they're going to run him again here, loaded backfield, and so they're going to try to make it. Luis Cuevas around the left side. There's a flag. We got a horse collar.
Yeah, horse collar. I think they had a face mask and a horse collar. Could have called either one.
See what they decide here.
But and Luis, he is a solid runner, and he's a senior, and I think he's going to have a decent season for the Sun Devils. And As soon as Ollie gets his legs back underneath him, I think he's going to be fine too. Yep, horse collar tackle is the call.
We have some fans heading to the parking lot.
Where are they going?
I don't understand. Maybe
having a sale on snow cones or something? What's going on?
Did they ever give a signal?
Yes, horse collar tackle.
Horse collar, yeah. No, it was definitely a horse collar. No two ways about it. That'll move it up to the 50-yard line. It is the ball, the nose of the ball at the 50, the ball in Sun Devil territory. So dropping back, and Nate Chacon is going to be run down and dropped, and he's going to be slow getting up. And on the tackle for Los Alamos that time, Donovan Allen, along with Elijah Alvarez.
Yep, just right there, all over Chacon. Gutsy performance here by Chacon as well.
Yes.
And he's started off slow, then he kind of got into a groove, but it's a tall hill to climb. 34 points. That's not a bad output for the Sun Devil offense.
Yeah, so we're
2:20 as we limp to the finish of this ball game.
Exactly.
10:02 is the time of day, Gene.
Is that right? Unbelievable. Nate Chacon out to Ollie fell up near midfield, and he's going to So after the big loss, after the nice gain, then the big loss, and now the nice gain, they're exactly where they started from, Mike. The nose of the ball at the 50-yard line. And now the clock now cranks down to the 10-minute warning. 2 minutes left in this ball game. 2 minutes. 2 minutes of game time. Another 10 minutes of announcing. Okay, here we go. Full backfield. Fell in motion. Okay, dropping back Chacon. Look who he's looking for.
And
Whoa.
Oh, he got it.
Did he catch that?
He caught that.
Unbelievable.
How did he get
that? Oh,
that?
my God. I'm telling you, all over him. And I mean all over him for Los Alamos was Andrew Johnson. Andrew, 6'1", 175 pounds, but boy, I mean, he was with him every step of the way.
That was excellent coverage, but
yes, it was.
Fell just able to kind of knife in at the last second and pull that ball in, but yeah, Johnson was on him like a cheap suit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was all over him. How in the world he caught that is beyond me, but anyway, now we're getting down to the situation. Okay, so it's at the 24-yard line. And 1st and 10, but the clock is running as we come down to minute 20 to go.
Boy, we've only got like 20 minutes left in this ball game, Jane.
Okay, loaded backfield, so loaded shotgun, and here comes Los Alamos charging in there. So encroachment by the Hilltoppers. That was an easy one.
No, that was not a difficult call.
No. That'll take it down to the 19 and make it 1st and 5.
And there's Mr. Fell at the trainer's table trying to stretch out his calf. I think he did. Yeah. I can't imagine he's going to go back out there.
No, they get it to Cuevas. Cuevas is going to try to go around the left side, breaks one tackle, breaks another, still going, and he's inside the 15-yard line, and he's going to pick up a 1st down.
Wow.
And I think the Sun Devils are probably out of timeouts. So they stopped the clock while they moved the chains. And now here we go again.
Let's see what it's done.
The ball right now is at the 14-yard line.
Probably not crazy, but well, we have a stoppage of play. Somebody took a timeout, I think.
43.
I can't imagine.
43 seconds remaining.
I hope it wasn't the Toppers that
Ladies
took a
and gentlemen,
timeout.
put your hands together for the Sun Devils tonight. What a great game by Ollie Fell. Good job, Ollie.
Yeah, Ollie Fell getting a well-deserved round of applause from the home crowd.
Yeah, and the thing was, I kept waiting for the second half. Do you know that the Sun Devils have not punted in the second half? And they were punting like crazy in the first half. David Sandoval was the most active guy out there. So during the halftime, as Mike pointed out, we were sitting here, and a fella came up to the window, and he said, can we have some music? You guys, why don't you guys play some AC/DC? And so we told him, well, we're radio. And then I asked him his name. He said, I'm AJ Gonzalez. And I said, oh, are you David's dad? And he says, yeah. And I said, you know David? And I said, well, I know he's your punter. And anyway, so they did fire up the PA. They hadn't been playing any music. They did fire up the PA and played AC/DC for him.
Yeah, man, and that seemed to do the trick. So
yes, it did.
Obviously, the Sun Devils need to play some more AC/DC.
Yes.
At their games. I mean, that 34 point and 30, and this is in the half. 34 points in one half.
Yeah. So AJ Sandoval here to support his son, who's the punter, and but he did get his music.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Nice. So 43.4 seconds to go. And Espanola wants to score one more. Going to go to the end zone. Almost picked off by Los Alamos.
That was Malachi Gutierrez. That's a second or third one that's hit him right in the hands.
Yes, I know it.
And boy, I tell you, you know what? Had he caught that,
yeah,
he had nothing but green in front of him.
Yeah, he was going to go all the way.
103, 104 yards. There was nothing there.
39 seconds left. And let's see, what down is it anyway?
I have no idea.
Is it?
Yeah, well, yeah, second's good. I have no idea what down it is.
Second, I think so.
Full backfield.
Yes, coming around the left side. He's got some blockers. Cuts up the middle. Las Cuevas.
He's in. And
Luis into the end zone for the score. Luis Cuevas. So Luis Cuevas, the senior, who's been he's been their
guy in the ground.
Yeah, he really has. He's been their workhorse for this entire second half. But it's interesting. Sun Devils had punted so many times in the first half, and they had not punted. In fact, we punted, but they haven't. And so, with 33 seconds remaining, it's now 57-40. So we need 3 more points. So
Sally Hopkins, that
right.
Call is for you.
And so there goes Cuevas, and he is into the end zone. Did he make it?
He did.
He did make it. So they just handed it to him, and he just did it all by himself or around the right side, and he just smashed in to around between the guard and between the tackle and the end, and then just powered his way into the end zone.
So, Gene, I don't know how the Sun Devils feel about moral victories, but they've actually won this second half.
They have.
So, in fact, they're frankly only a couple of plays away from possibly leading in this ball game.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, like that fumble down there. They fumbled it inside their own 10-yard line.
Yeah.
And gave us the score.
And then they got stopped on the goal line stand in the first half.
Yeah.
So, this is, it's 15 points on the scoreboard, but this has actually been pretty back and forth. And I would say the Sun Devils outplayed the Toppers here in the second half.
Yeah, because we had like a 14-point turnaround because we could have had because if they had come down and scored and they were on the move, but then they had that fumble, which gave Los Alamos the ball deep in their territory, and we scored on that. We never should have scored on that. So if they could have come down the field, and scored,
who knows where we'd be right now?
No, God, yes. So he's gonna, I guess it's an onside kick, and I don't know.
I don't think that was an onside
Strange.
kick either, but
Strangest kick I've ever seen. I mean, I don't know what that was.
that was that was a straight toe punch, and that didn't get more than about 3 feet off the ground.
I know.
But in any event, 26.9 seconds. I certainly hope we take a knee here.
Oh my God, yes. The victory. Come on, guys, a victory formation. Well, let's see. We're
I can't honestly. Well, here we go. Okay.
putting. We are in the victory formation.
So we have two receivers out
Two
to
receivers.
the left. I'm not quite sure why.
They don't have anybody behind Jacob. I don't understand.
That's not a good idea, actually.
No.
If there's something happens bad with a snap, I mean,
I know.
you don't know
That's
what's going
it.
to happen. That'll do it. So
Final score 57-42. Can you believe that? Hilltoppers open up the season with 57 points, but they give up 42. So the one thing is that the Hilltoppers look good. They got that passing game going. They said they were going to pass it. They did. They mixed up the pass and the run pretty well,
Good job, Sandoval,
and
good
they
job,
did a
Ollie Fowler.
pretty good job of it. But the thing is, though, you come down, you score, you do well, but on the other side of the fence, you can't just let somebody like Ollie Fell score whenever he wants to. So.
No, that was an impressive showing by Mr. Fell. You got to think about playing another sport too. Why just stick to football?
Yeah, really.
But very, very good night for the 6'6" receiver, and then for the Sun Devils, Nate Chacon, who was not penciled in as QB1 to start this season, got off to a very slow start, but really picked it up in the second half. So good effort for him. For the Toppers, Gene, Jacob Green, just having missed. I don't even want to call it a season, whatever that was in March and in February and March, was unavailable with
Spring
injury.
Football scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a glorified 7-on-7 thing. I don't know what that was, but in any event, having missed that and missing some time, coming in here tonight and 13 for 16 in the first half, and then throwing. Oh my goodness! No, I'm sorry, I'm looking the wrong. I was going to say 4 touchdowns in the second half. No, he didn't throw. Not in the second half. He didn't. He threw one. He had two touchdown passes and ran for a third. So a nice night for Mr. Green. And then, if there was any question. We were going to have a number 1 receiver this year. I think we found him tonight in Jeremiah Hartzall.
Oh, yes.
Just outstanding ball game. 115 yards in that first half. Kind of relegated in the second half. Only had 1 catch in the second half, but still very, very impressive showing. All right,
Rudy. Good job. Good game tonight.
Yeah, great. And the best part of this game I thought was the officiating. I thought the officiating was fantastic tonight.
I'll just say this: it was unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay, that's the best way to put it.
Unbelievable. Right. Yeah,
okay.
Just.
Okay, Rudy. Good to see you, man.
Take a good night, guys. Have a safe drive home.
You too. Thanks a lot. Rudy from Kitty saying they're great guys over there. I tell you what, just absolutely great guys. We always just, nicest guys you could meet. Very, very helpful whenever you need something from them. We just great. And I mean, you can say that about all the broadcasters up here in northern New Mexico. I don't think there's a bad guy among them.
No, they're a great bunch.
But the Cadisa guys just class act. So, and like I said, he loved the officiating. You could tell. You could tell just from first gun to the final gun. He just loved it. But 57-42, Gene, and huge night for Jacob Green. Huge night for Jeremiah Hartzell. When just fantastic. Just, so many good things, and it is kind of funny when you were talking about the interview you did with Garrett Williams, saying, I know what they're talking about, throwing the ball away.
Yeah, you indicated to me that no, that was like you kind of indicated to me like the guy who wrote the article took a little license, But
yeah, but no,
he didn't.
He did not, and that was you just close to 30 passes tonight. Like I said, we've had seasons we didn't throw anything close to 30 passes,
really.
and doing it tonight, and pretty, the timing routes were good, short routes were good. We even got a couple of deep passes in there. That was incredible to see. Just maybe breathing a little bit of new life into this program, Gene.
Yeah, really, it's nice, very nice. I finally see Los Alamos open it up. 57-42, the final score. And this is Gene Mortensen and Mike Mays for Mike Mays. And Mike, thank you so much for joining me here tonight in Espanola. And it was a good time. And I said good time is right. They gave us plenty of good time. 10-17 right now, unbelievable. And they even started off the game by 7 o'clock. They got all the teams on the field, and then they decided to have the coin toss. So anyway, it was a crazy night. So that's it. We're going to be back on the air tomorrow at 10, in the morning, a little before 10 o'clock. It'll be boys soccer. They'll be taking on the Santa Fe Prep Blue Griffins. We'll be there to bring you that broadcast. And so thanks a lot for tuning in tonight. Hope you enjoyed the ball game. The Hilltoppers, it was an interesting ball game. Very, very interesting. And so that's going to be it for us. So anyway, have a good weekend, everybody. And you can make it even better weekend. All you got to do, put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug that penguin. But the most important thing you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And night, sweetie pie. I miss you, sweetie, and I love you. Always have, and I always will. Bye-bye, everybody.